Yes, when last we left off, you had just spoken to Karina, gotten a little bit of information about the town. Rialta had already gone up to bed, although Rialta, you're welcome to be there if you want with the party now. It's fine.
Yay!
Um,
I'd like to be included.
Caldana, as I recall, everyone had started to make their way up to bed.
We
And
were, yeah.
Caldana, you, on the other hand, look down at your sword, or at your great sword, and you looked at the cracked gem that was on the pommel of it. And you tried to remember. And as you start getting into thought and trying to remember, indeed, once again, the phoenix lights up to the center of your forehead and it begins to burn. And not like that kind of burn when you rage where it helps you focus. It hurts. It is painful. You almost want to scream. It hurts so bad. As it continues to get hotter and hotter. But a vision does flash in your mind, and you see Karina, the keeper of this tavern. You see her brought forward and drop down to her knees, her arms pulled back behind her back, as a dagger is pressed into her forehead, carving underneath the gem that sits in the center of that forehead before they wrench it out of her head. She screams in the process. The pain on her face, the shame, the humiliation, you see all of it as tears streak down her cheeks. And then you snap back. And you are in the tavern again. The phoenix seems to have fucked off for now. It has left and gone back to your wherever on your body it feels like hanging out. And that is the vision you are left with.
I'm just gonna take a minute to recover from that one.
Mm-hmm.
Would we have seen the phoenix
Yeah.
glowing?
Anyone who is still there, you do indeed. You see this phoenix go. It's very quick. It flies out from underneath Caldana's armor, up over her cheek, and up to right to the center of her forehead. And it begins to glow brightly, so brightly that it's actually illuminating this dimly lit bar. And you can see Caldana wince in pain because you can tell it does not feel good.
Um, is there like a glass of or like a pitcher of water
Yeah,
anywhere near?
yeah. I mean, there'd be like a picture on on the bar. Yeah.
I'm gonna grab it and just immediately like scoot over to Caldana.
I
Mm-hmm.
assume I'm rather absorbed in the vision.
In that moment, yes, you are seeing this vision. So you do not notice as this large dragonborn comes and sits next to you with a pitcher of water.
I'm gonna wave a hand in front of her face.
She seems completely out of it, as if she's seeing something.
Uh-oh.
And then suddenly she snaps back too, and the phoenix starts to flutter off and drops back down into her armor.
Phoenix, what was there last time? Trying to remember.
Yes.
Oh, Rialta will come over wherever she's at. Say, last time you couldn't think of something, that Phoenix appeared.
Uh, Caldana's gonna kind of slump down onto the bar top. Yeah, it doesn't like it when I try to remember things.
Something happened? You seemed in a trance.
I saw something. I don't
So you
I don't
remember
know how much of
something?
it is actually mine to share.
Is your decision? Help with?
No,
Do
I
you want
don't know that
water?
it is my decision. Uh, sure, thank you.
Does
It
that happen often?
only when I'm stupid enough to try to remember. Uh, but Rialta, I assume, would probably have high enough passive perception. She's kind of staring at that gem again.
Where did you say the gem was?
It's on the pommel of her greatsword.
Trying to remember about your sword?
When we came in, shit. I'm sorry, Callie, what was the bartender's name?
Karina.
Karina asked me if it was my mother or father's, and I couldn't remember. So I tried to, and the bird did not like that.
You see the bird come up just far enough out of the armor, and it like gives you like one of these like with its wing. It doesn't do that.
Did it? Are you suggesting that the bird thumbs up?
No, I was suggesting that it gave you like I see you. I'm looking at you.
Oh.
Can I see it from where I'm sitting?
The phoenix?
Yeah.
Not at the moment. It's kind of dove back down into Caldana's armor. It's somewhere under skin.
Okay. I'm gonna stare like in the general vicinity of Caldana's neck and go, so that wasn't very nice.
It is a bit of a mystery. So the Red Lady is the one who granted you that tattoo, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And-
that is much worse than mine. Mine lets me heal people. The wolf was much nicer. I am glad I got the wolf and not the firebird.
Well,
Seems
to be
easy.
fair, it did heal me in the fight with the bandits.
Oh,
Speaking of, Fabius did really, really good today.
Hmm.
He
Fab-
he leapt from Sir Varus's arm and then over to this orc lady, and I don't know what he did, but it looked like she felt better.
oh yeah, Fabius is the wolf is his name is Fabius.
Mhm.
Ah, right. Yes. The
Wolf
Fa-
named Fabius.
Fabius. Yes.
So surnamed by Lady Melody.
Sir Varus, your Nodweir companion alights on your shoulder for a moment at that. Apparently, your Nodweir companion agrees that the wolf's name is Fabius.
Right. Varys just looks at Hemlock. Right. Well. Okay then, Fabius. Yeah. This. He did. There's a terrible ailment afflicting the people here. Causes their wounds to bleed in perpetuity. It was through great strain and the expenditure or assistance of this blessing, or Fabius, yes, through Fabius's assistance, that I was able to really make any change at all.
Anyone with a passive perception over 14 or
Yep.
14 or higher,
Yep.
you notice that Fabius is currently sitting on Sir Varus's neck and is doing a big snooze. That pupper looks exhausted.
What are you looking at?
I believe Fabius needs a break.
The picture needs a break.
He is snoozing.
Ah, I see. All right. Well, blessings
He
come in
did a
many
very
ways.
good job today.
He did. Yeah, it's very true. Unlike, say, this bird that eats your head or something. I don't. It's very disturbing.
There's the question: what came first, the bird or the loss of memories?
Do I have to? I mean, that is ripe for a chicken and egg. No. All right. Well, very well.
Every time Suds lights up on Caldana, I get really worried because it looks like Caldana is always in pain.
It does seem
Did you just
unpleasant.
call the Phoenix tattoo Soots?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making
Yep,
sure.
that
Just checking.
happens.
Gotta keep track.
So it's
Not exactly. Is it always painful when you're had to activate so?
Well, it wasn't in the fight.
Speaking of the fight, and Melody turns to to Rialta.
Same.
And she goes,
Yes.
You turn into a big Polly.
A big what? I'm sorry.
Polly. You know,
and she points to the raven tattoo on you.
Yes, my raven tattoo allows me to have an additional constant form that I've never had before.
that's so cool though. You're like a bird in the shape you were like stars in the shape of a bird, and then your bird went like push into another person's chest, and well, it looked like it hurt, but they were doing bad things, so
Dissolved and necrotized their flesh in
It
front of us.
was quite a spectacle.
Distantly, some of you look outside and hear the thunder and the rain coming down and think, I feel like we might have forgotten something, but then you ignore it.
Well, I was gonna say, just to
That's-
clarify from the rest, the guards are staying in a different building than the inn, right?
Most of the guards are staying in the houses down the way that lead towards
Okay.
the mine.
Does it hurt when you transform?
Oh, my
Rialto.
constant forms. No. The raven is actually something quite new that
And it doesn't hurt at all.
not to me, no. I have well now 4. I've only been able to research 3 of them before this 4th one came about. A chalice, an arrow, and a dragon, and now I have a raven.
So to be
Much-
clear, you were able to turn into a cup,
Uh,
a dragon, like it with it breathes fire,
Like
a
me?
dragon.
but
no,
like
it's a constant form. It's a constellation form.
Huh.
oh
Right. No, I understand. All right, sure. But you could have been a cup.
That's the one that's concerning to me.
You could have been a cup.
Well,
But
it's
that-
I don't actually become the cup. It's a
You became the
constellation.
raven. You became the giant raven
Well,
so-
it's supposed to be more of a constellation form of a cup.
of a
I-
cup of it. But we're agree on the. Okay, got it.
Oh, Sarah's gonna have to redo reflavor this one, I think. How about I say it's a woman pouring a cup? Would that be better?
I think it's wonderful. I don't know. I know certainly. I can see why you went with the raven or the dragon in the fight. I definitely
get a
do
cup?
understand that. It's a great
I-
question. You get a cup,
No, it's more of an appearance than anything. It is meant
so
to
you
help
can
the-
turn into a giant death
You can
bird.
make the illusion of a cup.
Wow, that
I
could be
mean-
useful if you needed a cup for some reason, for instance.
all I wanna do is see you turn into a giant woman, a
Uh,
giant woman
She's rather
Uh,
short.
with a cup.
Eh,
Yep, with a cup.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Thank you, Mel.
Of course. Well, if any of you
Does
are
the-
in trouble,
I'm so
it
sorry.
is-
Does the cup hurt? Does the cup hurt when you turn into the cup?
None of it hurts.
None of it hurts.
No. It is a bit.
Cup
It's
feel anything.
Have you ever had a bit of an out of body experience?
Well,
Yes.
sort of. I suppose, kind of. Yes.
It feels quite like that.
Oh, I've never felt like a cup.
How do you experience? Wait. How do you experience? What?
Have you
It's-
ever had the sensation that you aren't really there, that you are watching your own body?
Indeed.
Yes.
And she kind of
That's Karina in
she-
the background.
Yeah,
and she kind
She's
of
trying to
like
get her dog to come in from the rain.
nice.
and she kind of like thinks for a moment and goes like,
What's that feel like?
Well, it's a
Not
Nothing.
great.
Well,
Nothing
then,
like a
then
cup.
your answer to the initial question is no.
Yes.
Oh,
that's
so
true.
then no, I haven't had an out of body experience.
Well,
I
perhap-
hope you never have a chance to.
Right. Especially
Well-
not as a cup.
well, the kind that I am referring to is not the deadly kind, but the meditative kind.
Like
It's
the
a
cup
type of-
kind.
No, this is we're talking more broader than the cup now. This includes the
A
dragon as
bowl,
well.
perhaps. Then.
I have not learned a bowl form
Maybe
yet.
a whole pitcher.
It's an excellent. Yes, a pitcher is possible.
Let's stop at a pitcher. Be a basin.
A basin. I like that. They say a pitcher is worth 1,000 words. So
Oh, God. Around this time, Karina glances over at the party and looks to you all. Those who can take the form of the chalice are great healers.
oh, and it
Mhm.
doesn't hurt. Which Varys looks at Caldana. Ugh.
The chalice
Ouch.
is the cup of life. It brings health and healing to those who need it.
That is what the constant form is based off.
Wait. So if you can turn into that, would you be able to help the people in the triage?
I'm not certain. The healing magics in which Cerberus employed are, well, he employed a lot of it at one time. I can certainly try, but I am not sure if it will be as useful. I don't want to disappoint anyone.
Oh,
Despite my power in healing, it is still ultimately rudimentary compared to the strength that the members of the circle were able to invoke when they focused on it. I know not what training your people undergo, but if it is anything like the gazers of the circle, then perhaps this chalice cup would be of
Yeah?
I quite foreboding said
What?
chalice.
Karina looks up like, oh, intense storm out there.
Indeed.
When I said
no.
cup, it was quite deadly.
I hope we didn't leave anyone outside.
Mm.
Leave anyone.
oh no, the
Oh.
people. Wait,
No, there is
would they
the.
would
Would
they be
the
okay?
guards not have? Let's check.
Yeah. All right.
Wait,
Rialto
check on
will
check
look
on
to-
what?
Rialto will go to Karina.
The bandit we left
If
alive.
you wish me to attempt, I may, but I make no promises, considering I know not what this ailment is.
So you look at Karina, you see her. She's a tiefling. The thing that stands out the most about her, and I'll say it's because you weren't here last time. The gem that's supposed to be in the center of her forehead is missing.
Ah, okay.
It is there's just a scar there. But she glances up. Well, I'm certain that any in the triage area would appreciate your assistance, however you can give it. That said, currently it is under guard and is closed down for the evening. In the morning, you could try.
They're protected from the rain, right?
Oh yes, everyone is under tent.
Okay.
Not the center pole, though. Is the center post in the center of the town? Does that have a tent over it?
I don't believe. No, I don't think so.
I was
Okay.
gonna say, I don't think it did.
No,
I
I think. Yeah.
I can put something up over there.
She's likely already
can-
soaked.
We can bring her in.
Yeah. Severus will head
Let's
out
go
towards
check.
the post.
No, it's okay.
Same.
I don't get wet. I'll take her in.
Severus kind
I
of
mean,
looks.
we're already halfway out the door.
Yeah. I mean, it does
Alright.
make sense, but
Who all is going to check on the bandit?
I will.
I'll go.
I
As
will
will
as
Brock.
well.
Everyone who is going, I need you to make a
Well,
stealth
it's-
roll for me.
A stealth roll.
Not good
Oh.
at those.
There's a curfew in this town, and you were told to go to the inn.
First off, Cerberus is abiding by the curfew in his own way, and that needs to be respected.
Is that to say not?
What does that mean in this scenario where we're explicitly
14.
going out? In spite
means-
of it?
It means that I feel that my religion is being prejudiced against. I have a firm belief in going outside when told not to.
That's a
You live
check.
outside.
Do
Correct.
Does the rain help with the stealth roll in this case?
I'm gonna factor it into the DC. I would say.
Okay.
10.
Because I don't get wet in the rain, do I I'm just gonna roll it.
13. Nice. 11. Well, it's
So,
enough.
with my disadvantage, I could have gotten 20 or 11.
Yeah, also
So
disadvantage.
You got an 11.
Well, I mean, I think that's what's the real disadvantage, right? If
Right.
we think about it.
So, Caldana, are you going as well?
No, I want to stay behind to talk
Okay.
with
Karina?
Karina. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, that works out.
We'll start then with the traveling party who are heading down. You all make the DC. DC was 10, so you're good. And you're able to, in this kind of heavy downpour, most of the guards who are supposed to be patrolling have sought shelter. They're still there and they're watching, but they're, underneath roofs or underneath a tent. They're just kind of keeping up. So it's not too hard to make your way through the alleyways of Minas Reach and make your way back down towards the central pole that the bandit captain was tied to. And as you get there, as you approach in the darkness, there is still some light in the area. There are some torches that have small covers over them that are not out. So the area it's not well lit, but it's dimly lit, I would say. If you have dark vision, yes, you see pretty well just fine.
Noted.
She is indeed still tied to the pole, her arms behind her back and around the pole. She is completely soaked through. Her hair is now matted against her head. And as you come around to the front of her, you see she has a black eye and a large bruise on her face that she did not have when you brought her.
This rain is coming down hard.
She looks very dazed and out of it, like someone gave her a concussion.
It
I
needs to be seen
will,
immediately.
go over and try and just stand her up a little bit, see how cognizant she is.
You kind of bring her up to her feet, and she's out on her feet. She's leaning against the pole, like on the brink of just like falling unconscious.
Something's very wrong.
She was beaten. She's been mistreated, and she was technically ours to watch. We need to take her back. Is there a way to remove her from the pole without completely undoing the bindings around her arm?
I don't think she's going to be moving anytime soon, so
Temporarily undo and then redo once she's off.
I suppose that's
Like
fair.
I'm presuming that's what happened originally.
But yeah. I didn't know if they were shackles or if they were.
No, no, they're rope. She was literally her arms were pulled back and she was bound.
Then so long as no one.
You and me did that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Then so long as no one stops me, I will pull out my knife and cut the ropes.
Well,
As soon as the rope is cut, the instant
of course.
the rope is cut, Brooks, she collapses into your arms.
Oh,
She's out.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
She's
Sack
gonna run.
potatoes.
Callie,
I got
you are just a little treat.
I know. I was about to be like, I need to make an insight.
I was about to kick this girl in the. Anyway.
Nope. She collapses into your arms, Brooks, unconscious.
Okay. We will heft her over a shoulder then.
All right. So you now have one bandit captain over your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
You may add her to your inventory.
Okay, perfect.
You may add her to party loot.
Does that take? Do we have to cast Identify to know what she's worth in gold pieces?
Yeah.
Or?
Do you
have to find a fence or can we?
Yeah.
just
how
get
does
the
that?
Yeah,
general
definitely a
Stealing?
fence for a
Okay.
bandit captain, I think.
Okay, got it.
Actually, you do have a decent idea of how much she's worth. You were shown a wanted poster of her. She's worth 250 gold pieces.
Oh,
That's right. Yeah.
Alive.
I don't think the specific number came up last week.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
don't remember
Sorry.
the number, but yes.
Yeah, 250 gold pieces alive.
Oh,
Well, we've got that for
think
now.
of all the breakfasts we could buy with that.
A lot.
Assuming nobody has any competing suggestions, I imagine we are now heading right back to the inn.
100%.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
go.
what I would
All right.
say.
All right, so while you're on your way back with her, we'll cut back over to Caldana, who Karina kind of watches as everyone else leaves, and she kind of looks to you. You're not going with them?
They've got it covered.
Fair enough. Can I get you something to drink?
Yeah, sure. Whatever spirit you got.
More whiskey?
Oh, yeah,
Works
we
for
did
me.
that.
She nods. Going heavy on the whiskey tonight, and she sets another glass down in front of you and pours it. Very well then. And you see her grab a broom and just go over and start knocking cobwebs down. Not much else to do right now since it's a evening and there's no one in her tavern except for one person.
Aldana's gonna sit for a few seconds. So, I tried to remember about the tear in my sword.
She looks over at you. Oh, right. Your parents, right?
Uh, well, that's where it gets tricky, because how long has it been since I woke up on the floor of that cave?
A month probably.
Woke up a month ago on the floor of a cave with basically no memories and a tattoo that gets pissed off every time I try to remember something.
She looks over at you, trying to process that for a moment before going, "That's rough, buddy."
Well, see, I tried to remember, and unless the tattoo's giving me other people's memories when I try to remember shit, I saw you.
She turns and looks at you for a long moment. This, in a long, sad line of bad pickup lines, this is the worst. You have set the bar for bad pickup lines.
Yeah, it wouldn't have. No, that's not. I'm not pissing off the bird for a pickup line. Feels like I'm literally being lit on fire.
Okay, you saw me then. And what about me?
I think the gem might be yours.
She walks over at that. You're not sure if she's gonna hit you or not. She definitely looks like she might. As she
I
walks
can
over,
take it.
you see her reach down, grab the pommel of the sword, and look at it, then throw it back at you. Piss off. Not mine. Goes back to working.
I'll just leave her alone.
Mm-hmm. Mystery. And about that time, people start returning.
Oh my
Rather
god, I'm very back.
relatively quick mission to go obtain Bandit. Caldana, as you glance over and they start entering in, indeed, Brux is holding a bandit captain over her shoulder. You remember in Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening when you pick up Marin to go take her somewhere to trade her? That's what's happening right now.
Just where I admit I never played the Legend of Zelda game.
Oh, now I'm sad.
I
Oh,
never played Link's Awakening.
oh, not even the remake.
No.
I played a
Okay.
different remake. Anyway, point is I
Okay.
got the reference. That's all. It's fine.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so yeah, you were enter the tavern, and you have a bandit captain. She looks over and raises her eyes.
I believe she might have a concussion.
We
Oh.
need a bed and hot
Another
soup.
room.
You see the look on her face as she goes down to the bandit's soaked through clothes, and she just winces like, "Yeah, okay. Let me prepare a room." As she runs, you see her hurry up the stairs to go prepare a room for the bandit real quick. And by that she means get something down so that she doesn't ruin her mattress.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a fireplace in here?
There is. There's actually a very large fireplace
So
on
for
the
now,
west side of the room.
we're laying her out right in front of the fireplace for right now. Then
Mm-hmm.
dry out some.
She She's shivering a little bit, but seems to settle down a little bit near the fire.
Is she still like? I mean, obviously we don't want to strip her down, but I think
No.
we want to get her out of the heaviest wet stuff, like the boots and whatever.
Yep.
Does anybody?
Yep.
Cerberus, this is a lady. Cerberus would never undress a lady. So if one of the
Yeah, we can.
Rialto will help.
I was gonna say I can handle that. Presumably, you said you can do healing. You want to take a look?
So are you gonna get her out of the heavy clothes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get her boots off and her gloves off. You finally pull the large cloak that she's worn away, and now I can finally describe what she looks like. Roll back up a long ways.
how many arms does she have?
Just 2.
Okay. Good.
That's a good start.
Okay, here we go. Yep. So she is a human. She is about 5'6", quite thin. She has long raven black hair that she normally would keep tied back, but it is all affray right now. She has gentle hazel eyes. Her clothes underneath some of that outer armor and cloak are quite fine. They look like they are pretty well made. They're not noble's clothes, but they are well made. They were probably not super cheap, but they were meant for travel. They were meant to last. She had a pair of daggers, which you took from her, so I don't have to mention those.
She's a human, right?
She's a human.
Like
Yes.
you did.
I thought she was a
And,
tiefling.
No, she's a human.
A human with horns?
She does not have horns,
Suspicious.
Bard keeps a tiefling.
but that's what she looks like. And yeah, so you're able to get her her armor and her cloak off, and she's now just kind of in her regular clothes. And yeah, Rialto, go ahead and make a medicine check if you want to try and help her.
Sure. I just realized I'm not trained in medicine. Give
Oh,
this a shot.
I
oh.
am.
Oh,
If you'd like to assist, you can lend Rialto advantage if you want to
okay.
assist.
Yeah, we'll do that.
That's good because I got a natural 20 that way.
Very nice.
24 total though.
So indeed, Rialto, looking over this person, it doesn't take you particularly long to figure out that she was punched twice. Well, no, she was punched once. She was kicked once as well. She was given one punch right around the eye, which is causing the black eye. The concussion probably came from the boot she took to the side of the head. You can see the outlinings of a metal boot that had kicked her in the side of the head. Not a whole lot else you can discern about the injury from that. However, you know enough about how to help a concussion. You know, she has to be kind of kept conscious for as well as you can and kept still. And if you wish to do some healing magics, you may as well.
Hey. Well, sure. I'll be sleeping. So
Okay.
I think that means it's either 1d8 or 2d8.
here, 1d8 plus my spellcasting. Yeah, 1d8.
Ooh, it also has no
Nice.
effect on undead or constructs. So, Callie, if she's an undead or construct, you got to tell us now.
That's true, I do. It does
Okay.
work.
Oh, boring. Okay.
All right, we'll cross
10.
the off the
He's
list.
healed for 10.
All right. So you start to infuse this this healing energy into her, and indeed you see the wounds on her face. They don't completely go away, but you see the black eye start to lighten in a couple shades as the healing process starts to work. The swelling in her cheek goes down, and she starts to shift and kind of regain some awareness. And then she realizes she's very cold. And she kind of glances up at the group of you. Morning.
Quite morning yet, I'm afraid.
Oh. Anyone have any whiskey?
As a matter of fact, we do.
That's good.
Someone struck you.
Yeah, twice, I think.
Cerberus hands her a double.
She downs it in one gulp.
With her hands tied behind her back. Oh wait, no, you cut them.
You cut
I
them.
cut the rope.
Yeah, she reaches up. She takes it and
I
he
was
puts it
thinking
down quick.
untying and
I-
retying.
No, I knew what you were thinking, and I thought, Varys would definitely screw this up, so I'm gonna cut it.
It's fine. She's not running.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
She'd overtake her at this point. Do you know who struck you?
One of the guards. I think I stole from him once. He was getting a little payback. Oh,
Just arch an eyebrow.
I apologize.
now she arches an eyebrow. Yeah?
Yes. You were in my care as a hostage, and you were harmed.
Gives you a long, even look as she tries to process in her mind why that matters. Hey, think nothing of it. She gives a big roguish smile.
Well, we are supplying your room and some soup tonight. Hopefully that will get you back on your feet, which will be important when we walk you to jail later. So,
She nods.
Nod.
She gives a very sly smile to Cerberus. I'm getting some mixed messages.
Sir Varys, I would not call it a sly smile. It's sort of a knowing smile. And it goes, some people say honor and chivalry is dead, but right is right, and wrong is wrong.
You must be so much fun at parties. Very well.
That actually is interesting. Sir Varys sort of leans back for a moment and looks up. Maybe one time, not today.
I will concede that he's right. It was wrong for whichever guard it was to strike you while defenseless.
Well, I'll take it as a payment in kind. I stole from him when he was defenseless. Things
Also,
have a way of evening themselves out in this world. I've found that to be true.
Oz, we don't know her name.
Nope.
Okay. Rialto will just kind of look between everyone. Well, considering that we have found you, fought you, bound you, left you in the rain, and everything like that, I think it's only fair that we know what to call you.
She gives you a very kind smile and nods. Carmen, nice to meet you.
We're under better circumstances.
Oh, and what better circumstances could there be? I've had a lovely lady taking my clothes off tonight.
Kind of blinks at that before shrugging. Sorry, because I wasn't here last time. Does she have a group or something that we're aware
She
of?
did have a group.
Did we kill them all?
Well, you killed a couple of
Most
them, and the rest
ran.
of them ran away.
They
Yeah,
abandoned her.
They were not into that.
She made it pretty clear, based on what we heard, Sarah, that she did not want them to kill people. Although she had them shoot arrows at them, so not the
Yeah.
brightest move she
Collateral
had.
damage and the
But-
like.
But
yeah.
but
It's
she
worth-
did-
It's
she
worth noting, only one of those arrows actually hit anybody, and it is
Yeah.
the one who got killed.
Right. Well, that's what happens when you pull the trigger, Callie. You have to assume that someone's going to die. I'm sorry that she doesn't know that basic understanding, but that's either way. She but yeah, so only one person died, and she actually killed the member
Yeah.
of her party.
Who
She
did
slit
that?
his throat. The actual only killing she has done is of her own hirelings.
Yep.
That said, still not cool.
No, it was not cool. So we defended ourselves
I
and
just
then
meant
beat
in
her ass.
general, the
Yeah.
Got
theories.
it. So Rialto's gonna just kind of sit by her, not really phased, and just goes, so you had your own organized bandit group.
Gives a look that is somewhere between annoyed and exhausted. You're not exactly certain what it is on her face, but she looks up. It was something of a new thing. I usually work alone, but assured it could be some easy money. We would disguise ourselves as the severed hand, the guards would recognize us, hand over the stuff, and we could just leave.
So why here, though?
Anyone would like to make a history check to know what the severed hand is, you may.
I will try my best.
Instead of that, I'm going to follow the innkeep upstairs at this point.
Okay.
I only rolled a 10, but I tried.
Even with a 10, I'll tell you what you do know about the severed hand. They are probably the most famous thieves guild in Ontarison. They are headquartered in Stone's Throw. Mostly, they are known to operate in that area. But the severed hand is kind of the Yakuza, kind of the mafia. If they come a knocking, you typically just give them what they want and let them go about their business, because they will cause trouble otherwise.
Do they run a protection racket?
Um,
Like, is that a known thing that they basically charge people for them not to beat them, kind of stuff?
in Stone's Throw, they do. That's
Gotcha.
you've never, like, no one's ever heard of that happening outside of Stone's Throw.
Sure,
but,
sure. Yeah, but
that's
Stone's Throw's their town. Where
right,
they...
exactly. That's where they.
Yeah.
But so she is suggesting that they, her and her people, were disguising themselves as the severed hand here to work off their name effectively.
Oh,
I
misunderstood. Oh, jeez.
Well, I was also confused because I was like, we are not in or particularly.
No, you're not.
close.
And
I got-
she is suggesting that that was the plan, was to say their part of the severed hand.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Was there anything more?
I got a 14. Does that change? Do I learn anything else or no?
No, I wouldn't say you know anything else about this.
Okay.
Rialto's just going to go, well, that seems like a dangerous idea. Whose idea was that?
She glances over at you. Jack's.
Jax?
So Jack is the one she killed.
Ah, okay.
Jax thinks
Convenient.
it's wise to piss off organized crime lords.
I don't know what goes through Jack's mind. Well, I do now. Nothing.
Fair enough.
Are your group from here? Why
Oh.
steal from here?
Oh, some of them are from the area. I've operated out of this area for a long time.
So you know what's been going on around here.
I know more than most, I would say.
Cerberus is going to sit down. Do I have a hot thing of soup? Did I get the soup?
Yes. So after, let's quickly jump over to Brooks.
Yeah, sure.
You go upstairs, and you see, as you're going up the stairs, you see the first room has the door open, and you see Karina kind of scrambling around in the room, getting like some things prepared, like to have a soaking wet, bloodied woman come up here. But she turns and looks at you. Oh, will this room be acceptable for her?
Just take a look, and it's an in room, right?
It's an in-room. Yeah.
Yes.
You know, there is a lock on the door, and the windows can be barred as well if we're concerned of her leaving.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. I'll handle it.
Excellent. I'm gonna run down then and get her soup prepared.
And
Wait, we treat criminals much nicer than than in the past. And
worth more alive.
Karina stops that and gives a knowing nod. Ah, understood. And she looks at you. Anything? I'm sorry, was there something else, Brooks?
While I'm in here, I'm going to spend the next 11 minutes with the classic piece of fine silver wire and tiny bell casting alarm.
Haha. Very well. You may cast alarm on the room. That is, if I recall, if anyone enters or leaves it, it goes off, right?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Very well.
It will wake me up if it happens while I'm asleep. So
Got it.
No
All right.
middle of night runaways.
Got it. You cast alarm on the room. Well done. Indeed, Karina comes down and runs into the back kitchen and comes out moments later with a bowl of hot soup, which she brings over to you, Varys.
Well, Varys grabs and nods and thanks. And he sort of looks Carmen over. He just holds the bowl for a moment.
He looks at you and tries to ignore the audible sound of her stomach growling.
Do you know anything about either when the attacks started happening, or Cerberus thinks for a moment, maybe what happened before.
Her lips curl up into a smile as she recognizes this game. And I presume if I were willing to divulge some information, I might get a bite to eat.
Cerberus looks at the soup. Goes, perhaps. My hand is not yet tired, and at the moment it seems rather hot, so I thought it only fair that I hold it for you until it's cooled down.
What do you wish to know? I'll see what I know.
He looks to Rialta and the rest of the group.
Well, I think simply what Cerberus pointed out. There's a great deal of some horrid things happening here.
Indeed.
What was going on before this occurred?
Before this all began, things were actually quite normal for the area. There was something of a trade dispute, a year ago, but I don't think that would have anything to do with this. There had been some disturbances in the Haven that I recall. There was a large group of tieflings that were seen leaving the Haven and leaving all of Mina's Grove. They didn't return, as I recall. Outside of that, things were quite normal in this area.
The tieflings go.
Oh, well, I didn't follow them, but they left, heading towards the east.
They didn't enter the caves, though.
Oh, they wouldn't leave down the Hard Silver Road, if that's what you're asking. I don't think they came this way.
I see.
They could have left out the east and eventually turned south to come here, but I
You
didn't see
didn't see them, and they didn't come. Fair enough.
And when was your first memory of something being wrong here?
Oh, here? Well, see. I was in Mina's Reach last about 6 months ago. I was stealing payroll, if I recall.
Cerberus frowns.
She's thinking about it. It's a decent way of making money because they will always replenish it to pay the workers. They can't risk a strike; it's too expensive. So, stealing payroll is a very good way of lining my own pockets while not costing the workers here anything.
I'll do it.
She gives a pleasant smile at that. I think I was about 2 weeks ago when I started hearing of problems here, stuff that had been happening up the down the Hard Silver Road, something about a kobold attack. That's when the planning started. Jack approached me about helping to hit a caravan, knowing they'd have to send one with supplies and stuff eventually. He needed an expert, someone who was able to get in, get stuff, and get out quickly. And that's what he hired me for.
And Callie, tell me if there's a check I can make for this, and if there's not, it's kind of a broad question, or maybe too specific, to be honest. I don't know. Given that the dead are rising, would my character understand that that's tied to things like necromancy, even if I don't understand the details of necromancy or how it works?
I will let you go ahead and make a Arcana check.
Okay. The question, and I don't know if you want to tie this into the same thing or make it out. So the question I'm going to ask, if I'm able to figure this out, is I want to know if Cerberus, through his training or anything else, knows of any signs that, besides obviously the dead walking, of either, necromantic artifacts, paraphernalia, things that would be fair for me to ask someone that they might spot. Obviously, a freaking wizard waving a wand going, "May the dead rise!" I understand that's not happening. But that's sort of what I wanted. That's what I'm trying to think of. Like, is there something I could ask that
I got you.
there's even a possibility that she would know? But I'll make Arcana
Go ahead and
check.
give me an Arcana check.
You got it.
18, nice.
Nice.
Wow.
18.
All right. So with that, I will not only tell you what you know, but I will allow you that very question.
Okay, great.
The dead rising obviously is not a frequent occurrence in
Right.
Terrasen or on the world of Aetheris. And when it does happen, it is generally very frowned upon. Indeed, necromancy is a very common way that this happens, but it's not the only way. The other way that this would happen would be blood magic. Dark arts and blood magic sometimes create corrupted things, and one of the many things that can become corrupted is death itself, causing the dead to walk again. Even death is not in its pure form anymore once it has become corrupted. So you would know that blood magic and necromancy are the two most common ways for the dead to rise.
Got
I
it.
will also say that as far as what you might look for, there are multiple things that could be signs. Obviously, the blatant things like summoning circles would be a possibility. Rituals done in blood, animal sacrifices are often a common thing. Also, one though, especially for blood magic, it would be natural disasters and occurrences, things like tornadoes, earthquakes, things of that nature.
So Cerberus then will look. He sort of weighs and sniffs the soup. "Hmm, smells good. Almost cool enough to eat." One last
He gives a
question,
very
if you
knowing smile.
one last question, if you would. Have any disasters struck the town recently? Earthquakes, tornadoes, um,
He thinks about that.
unnatural for the area in particular.
He thinks about that for a long moment. I wasn't here for it at the time, but I did hear talk on the network that an earthquake hit Mina's Reach. Oh, it would have been about 3 weeks ago.
I see.
Not a
Thank-
major one, but in a mining city, any earthquake is a major earthquake.
Could cause a cave-in. Could
Indeed.
kill people.
Indeed.
Cerberus gingerly hands her the soup.
She takes it and starts to eat very hungrily.
Take a step back with Ferris. I'm not sure if Ferris is moving, but
Yeah, I'll stand up after that. I'll sort of look. I'll look at Caldana. Caldana? Are you sort of there? Can we, Callie? Is there a place we can sit where we can? I'll keep a good eye on her, obviously, but
You
yeah,
could literally just step across the bar to one of the booths and you'd still be able to
Yeah.
see her. You're between her and the door. So
that's fine. Yep. Cerberus will take a seat and pour some more of that whiskey he doesn't like.
what's the earthquake connection for?
During one of the things we study is the unnatural. It is our duty, haha, as knights of the order to preserve the natural order of things. However, disruption and corruption through the arts of either necromancy or blood magic can create contagion of a sort. Eruption, as I said. And that is tied to the rise of the dead, but more specifically, those rituals can result in an imbalance in natural forces. And that can result in seemingly natural disasters that are actually wholly unnatural in nature. I don't know if an earthquake is one of them, but it wouldn't be very hard for us to ask around if such tremors are common. And whether they are or not, given the timeline of a few weeks ago, well, I can't help but think that it may coincide in some way.
Karina speaks up from over the bar. She's apparently listening in. The 3 weeks ago you're talking about?
Yes.
There's a lot of murmurings about that when that happened. And I didn't get a whole lot of the details, but the people who would come in here and drink, they talked about parts of the mine being closed off and something that had happened inside.
Do you know of
No.
anyone who was injured, who or maybe just survived the quake while in the mines?
There were no injuries, supposedly, but
see.
a lot of weird murmurings and some frustration over one of the major mine shafts that had to be closed off because of it.
Which one?
Oh. You see her really straining to try to remember. Let's see if she does. Oh, she does. 2716, I want to say it was. Those are the numbers that spring to mind.
716, and the shaft was closed, you say?
They were talking about like it had to be closed down. I don't really keep tabs on what's happening in the mines. You could ask Lieutenant Rayner when you see him in the morning. He'd be able to probably tell you.
For certain. Thank you.
Be a good place to check then.
It'd
Yes.
be convenient for whatever. Just gonna kind of gesture in, like, generally around.
Precisely that. Can't help but think, too, whether intended or not, a tremor that gets people out of the mine certainly helps allow someone to utilize that space.
Indeed, especially if they're able to get in there without anyone noticing.
Perhaps.
Good to know if that place is still closed down. If it is. Be our place to start first.
We'll ask Rayner then, and perhaps he'll know someone who was there the day of the tremor. Maybe they saw something, maybe they didn't, but perhaps worth a question before we venture into the unknown.
As you're all talking, you see Carmen start pushing up to her feet. She's still on shaky legs, but she steadies herself after a moment and looks over at you all. Hey, I was gonna run away, but I don't feel very good. I'm gonna go lay down. And she starts stumbling over towards the stairs.
Wait, before you do,
She looks at the dragon board, up at the dragon board.
Sorry about the dog.
That's fine. Yes.
And is there like a raised platform, like some kind of stage in the tavern?
Yes, there is. There is a performance stage in there.
Fucking god.
Not particularly high. It's only a couple feet, but you know.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over to it
Mhm.
and take out my loot. I think you should hear this. And she's gonna start absentmindedly strumming on the lute. And hold on. And she's gonna close her eyes. She did not live to see more glory, and met her end thanks to some strife. I won't say more because it's gory. Instead, I'll sing about her life. Or what I know about her life. Raise a glass to Mela. The sacred flames will burn her pain away. Kana will guide her to rest. Raise a glass as we celebrate, as she was before she met her fate. Tell us the story of her life. Raise a glass to Mela. The sacred flames will burn her pain away. Kana will guide her to rest. Her blaze will cast out the dark. Raise a glass to the fallen as we offer up this requiem, telling the stories of their lives. It's a glass to Mela and tell the story of her life. Tell the story of her life. And she's gonna end the song with a few absent-minded strums before she opens her eyes and looks directly at Carmen.
Carmen is sitting on the stairs as she listens, and she looks deep in contemplation as you finish singing. Hard to read what is on her face. You had to guess regret, anger, a little self-loathing. And without a word, she gets up and goes upstairs.
And Melody is gonna look at her ascend before she hops down and quietly shuffles back to the table.
At least singing that saves this town, not healing.
Varys raises his little glass. A beautiful
Beaut-
song.
Very.
Quite a requiem.
I'll
Uh,
come down the stairs at that point,
Mm-hmm.
having finished up there.
Karina brings you all a free drink to raise,
Woo!
Thank you.
and she does as well. So, settle up for the evening. Your drinks, even with the free one, your drinks come out to almost a gold apiece tonight. There was a lot of whiskey consumed this evening, so you can all mark a gold off for your consumption this evening. You all eventually find your way upstairs into your beds. Brooks, you double check on Carmen before you head to your room. Carmen is, when you see her, still awake, and she's looking away from you, but you have a feeling she's crying. You're not sure, but you think so. But you close the door, make your way down to bed. You're pretty certain she's not going to escape.
Well,
You
pretty
all,
certain isn't completely certain.
well, that's why you have the alarm spell. Trust but verify. You all make your way down to your rooms, and each and every one of you finds a very restful sleep. Except for one of you.
I was waiting
What?
for that.
Uh-oh.
Gasp.
Gasp. Someone's got to have a bad night.
Melody.
Whoop.
Oh no. Nobody here is okay with this.
This is revenge for all of the dreams that I've been making Lilian.
Melody, when you open your eyes again, you are no longer in the bed that you fell asleep in. The first thing you notice is how uncomfortable you are, as you're sitting on a hard wooden surface with your hands tied behind your back. As you look around, you see you are in a cage. The cage itself is mounted on the back of a cart, and you are being pulled through the streets of a large city. On either side of the street, crowds of people have gathered, and all the attention is on you. To your left, a large crowd of people is yelling, demanding you be set free, calling you a savior. And on the other, a smaller but loud crowd of people is calling you a murderer, burning effigies of you, and demanding you be hung. What do you do?
Can I look at the effigy that they're burning?
Mm-hmm. Looks a lot like a tiefling.
Is it are there like any recognizable anything that I can recognize as far as symbols or of some such?
On the tiefling, or on the effigy, you mean, or just in the area?
Um on the effigy, the tiefling effigy.
It's hard to say. It's a very simple effigy. It is an effigy of a person, a tiefling. You can see they have the tail and the horns, and they are the doll itself is painted red, and it is being burned.
Okay. For the have they been calling a specific name, or is it?
They haven't, although as you look yourself over now, you do see that indeed you are clad in crimson red flesh.
Hmm. This is not purple.
It is not purple.
Um, she's going to sit and look straight ahead.
Mhm.
not pay any attention to either the dissenters
Mhm.
or the supporters.
So, as the cart pulls to a stop, you are outside a large building. It's I shouldn't say a large building. It's an average sized building. Probably just one large room inside, maybe two small rooms adjacent to it. There's a couple windows on the side. But indeed, all the people are starting to gather around here, and the guards of the city are holding them back, trying to allow a path for you to walk. As the cart pulls to stop, two guards open the back gate and pull you out, getting you to your feet and guiding you forward into the building that the cart had stopped in front of. As the doors open, you find yourself in the city courthouse, and you are led up to the front where the magistrate sits behind a bench. To your right, there is an armed guard, and to your left, there is a man with his arms crossed. You are led up to the front of this bench and then told to stand. The judge, the magistrate, a human man of about 45 with deep brown hair, speaks. Evelyn Lorest, by your own admission, you are guilty of the crimes of which you are accused. Have you anything to say before I impose your sentence? And without you giving the command, words begin to emanate from your mouth, a deep, sultry voice that you find very familiar. You misunderstand my words. I murdered the men and women of which you accused me, but I am guilty of nothing. Abusers, monsters, every one of them. And if I must give my final breath that they never draw it again, then it is a price well paid. The judge shakes his head, frowning. Very well. I sentence you to this day and hour, hang by the neck until dead. May you one day live again to walk in Lockheed's light. Take her to the gallows. And with that, you are turned away and taken back towards the door. And as it opens, both crowds have now gathered there, still yelling and shouting. But above the roar, a voice rings clear in your mind, a kind and gentle voice that says, Protector, Avenger, Savior, Villain, Hero, I will have need of you in the future. May you walk in the light. And in an instant, your world goes white. Brilliant radiance erupts out of your eyes and mouth, your flesh beginning to glow as you lift up into the air, your clothes and bindings burning away. Out of your back, a long, beautiful, angelic wing erupts out of your right shoulder blade, and a long, leathery bat wing out of your left. Down the left side of your armor, beautiful golden armor like that of an angel appears, and down your right side, it is chitinous and necrotic. In your left hand, a sword appears, and in your right, a whip. And you look down as your wings begin to beat and keep you aloft. I am the matriarch, protector of the orphaned and the abandoned. Take heart, ye children, ever shall you have my protection. And woe upon thee who would raise their hand against those in my care. This my undying promise to Aetheris. And with that, you launch up into the air, and suddenly you awaken, back in your room.
Melody's gonna wake up with tears streaming down her eyes.
Yeah, you awaken. It's pretty emotional. The sun has begun to crest over the horizon and is now peeking in through your window. Uh, the storms of last night seem to have passed. Seems like a very nice morning coming outside now.
Um, she's going to reach for her lute and a piece of and look around in her sack for a piece of parchment and
Mhm.
a pen.
I presume not too hard to find in your particular stash of things. Probably keep parchment and paper close at hand. Paper and parchment. No, pen and parchment.
And she's just going to basically spend like a good hour ish before she has to go down to meet up
Oh,
with the
I kept
others.
saying Aetheris. I should have been saying Aeneas. Damn it.
That's what it was.
My bad.
Well, we know where the I wasn't gonna question it. I'm like,
No, it should have been Aeneas. That's my bad.
okay.
That's such a bummer. Oh well.
There it goes.
And she's going to write down and commit to paper rather, as many details about her dream vision, as much as possible.
Your entire life, you've dreamt before, and like so many, when you dream, uh, almost the moment you've awoken, those things have started to fade away. Within minutes, you've forgotten 50% of the dream. Within an hour, most of it, except for maybe the feelings or the greatest details. That does not happen here. You remember every detail as though it just happened. Clearly, crystally, you can recall incredibly specific things about it, and it doesn't seem to fade as time passes.
And she's going to roll that up, um and tie something around it, and put that
Hmm.
back in her sack.
Okay. So, you all make your way down for breakfast eventually. Breakfast here is not free and included with the room, but it's not particularly expensive. A couple silver, and you're able to get a nice meal. It is definitely not the widow's revenge.
Cerberus is aghast at the price. A couple silver.
Mm-hmm.
What has happened? What has happened to this country? What are they just?
in 24 hours.
Are they just printing money? I don't understand.
I mean, you are kind of in the mine where they get most of the money, but
Don't they understand?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Back when Cerberus was a boy, every coin could be exchanged for dwarven ingots. Okay, we had
Oh,
the
God.
dwarven ingot standard. I got a book. I
Yes,
want
yes.
you all to read. Okay.
Oh my god.
Let's not. I'm gonna eat.
Yep. So yeah, you're all brought up. It's a very simple breakfast. Some sort of a wheat paste that they have, as well as some.
Do they call it wheat paste though? They have a better name though, right? They don't call it wheat paste.
I mean, they
'Cause I
call,
won't.
they call it wheat.
Okay, like maybe cream of wheat. They call cream of wheat.
Cream
maybe?
of wheat would make sense. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds better.
They also bring you over some fruit that has been some sort of citrusy fruit that has been
Oh,
collected from outside, and as well as some pieces of bacon, which is definitely a treat.
oh shit, we got bacon. Cerberus is gonna wrap his fruit in bacon to make it better.
Okay. She gives a look at that and shakes her head. But yeah, it's a simple morning. It's
Right.
not long.
Make it sound like that's the weirdest shit I've done this entire thing. I
I know.
wrapped the fruit in bacon. Kaylee's like that. I don't know about
It's
that.
Well, so the weirdest thing she's seen you do.
It's the weirdest thing
Well-
you've done in front of this NPC.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair. I can't argue with that. That's a true fact.
It's not long before Lieutenant Rayner enters the building, and he seems pleased to see that you're all up. So he walks over. This Dia Asenil, a tinkerer elf, who comes and sits down. Sarah, you didn't get to see him last time. He has looks like metal fibers weaved into his flesh.
Yeah, and he's got fingers that let him. He has a sewing kit on his
Yeah,
fingers,
He has like an automatic sewing machine in his fingers.
That's neat.
which
Mhm.
Cerberus thinks is not cool at all and pretty lame, actually.
I thought it
So
was
Rayouts
badass.
already took notes, so it's fine.
just wanted to note that's kind of Cerberus thinks that's pretty stupid. You could just use your hands with a normal needle. Okay, good work.
All right. Well, Rayouts gonna bow her head
Yes.
towards him and wish him a good
Big
morning.
dogs.
So he approaches and nods his head politely. Good morning. I understand that Ms. Rayla was taken here last night, I presume by you.
Yes.
He doesn't seem to have a problem with it. He just nods, happy to confirm that that is the case. Very well then. She is your prisoner after all. You intend to descend into the mines this morning, yes?
Yes, well, we had some questions about how it's laid out before we did so.
I will answer anything that I can.
How
Well, we.
thick and girthy is the shaft?
What?
He gives
The
a
shaft. How
Yep.
girthy is the shaft?
he gives a blank. Well, I don't get many complaints, if that's what you're asking.
Oh, well, that Cerberus doesn't really get it. So he's confused.
She kind of blinks, looks at Cerberus. I believe we're talking about the mine, yes?
Right, the girth of the mine shaft. How girthy?
Well, it changes from place to place, of course, but at the entrance, the entryway is about 15 feet wide, and the descent down the elevator is about a 10-foot wide hole.
Then we'll probably be safe. We shouldn't have to worry too much about bringing, regular weapons and such. We won't be overly cramped.
No, you will have plenty of room to move within here, I promise.
We had a question about a particular mine shaft, actually. Number
He gives a look like he says he knows what you're going to say before you say it.
kind of stops.
Its number is P3N1S.
He looks very surprised. Never mind. He did not know what you were going to say.
Okay, I was going to say 27.
He nods.
Oh, that one. Yes, sorry, my mistake.
Yes, I have not surprised that is where you'll be looking to head.
Head indeed.
Some Mineshaft 2716 was it was meant to extend the life of this mine and not have us have to relocate. Most of our mining operations had stayed above sea level. This was going to be our first attempt to burrow down into the earth below where the mountains meet and get down below sea level. It was our belief that there could be, a great deal of hard silver down there, given the immense pressure of the water.
Well, we have reason to believe it may be the site of something. We heard there was an earthquake centered there not too long ago.
Yes, and it is where the first of these beings was reported as having come from. We thought at the time that might actually prove to be a boon. Mineshaft 2716 was built with a failsafe, as it were. If we dug and hit water and flooded the area, we didn't want it to come up and flood the entire mine. So when we began to burrow down into it, it was fitted with two large metal doors that could be closed, and so that mine shaft could be sealed off in case we hit water.
I see.
After these things started coming up, the mine shaft was sealed. However, it seems that somehow they are still seeping through into the rest of the mines.
So if I'm understanding correctly, at a certain point, once water hit the shaft, it shrunk and constricted. And once that happened, is there a way to elongate the shaft again, or is it too cold and wet at this point, and it's just not going to do what we need it to?
He looks at you for a long moment before looking to Rialta. Anyway, do you have any more questions?
Yes, I just need a timeline, just so I understand.
Yeah.
There was the earthquake 3 weeks ago, and then it was closed then it was reopened. Those things started coming through it.
No, not exactly.
Okay.
The earthquake was the first event. We had opened the mine shaft about 6 months ago, is when we first started it and when we completed the door. But 3 weeks ago, the earthquake happened, and that's when the first of those things started crawling up out of that mine shaft. We closed the door at that point, and it hasn't been opened again since, but still these things seem to be finding some way through.
So, the theory that I'll just look to the party. The theory, therefore, that someone went in there once the mine was closed is not sound. There was already something coming then. See.
Well, it would have been possible that someone could have gone down when the mine shaft was still in use and started doing something down there, I suppose.
Who usually goes down there? Is there certain groups or is it all?
I mean, it would have changed by the week. Every miners go on different rotations at different parts of the mines. We want to keep them at different depths so that they, the ones who stay too far down below too long, start to go a little, better to rotate them.
See. Do we have all the ones that were down there those 3 weeks ago accounted for?
The ones who survived, yes. Obviously, when this all broke out, most of them were killed. A couple managed to escape. The ones who weren't working at the very far depths, the ones who were pushing the mine cart or the trolley cart back up at the time, they survived. Everyone else didn't make it.
Speak of what they saw down there?
Once the earthquake happened, they said they just heard screaming, and they ran. They assumed it was a cave-in that was happening, and of course, if there's a cave-in, first thing to do is get to safety.
Thereafter,
Bull?
27.
kobolds.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just mean shortly thereafter, our kaboblins showed up.
Indeed. The first of them came up from that mine shaft and started killing people in the main area.
Mm.
And after that, we evacuated the mines as quickly as we could. Some of the miners who were in there managed to kill that first wave of them. The guards from Minas Grove, myself included, we arrived a couple days later. And at that point, the 10 of us went down to close the door, close that gate off, ensure that no one else could come out. Most of us haven't been in since.
You meet resistance when you attempt to close the gate.
A great deal of it.
Was it purely the kaboblins, or were there dead walking there as well?
Kaboblins and the dead of the original miners who were down there at the time. Yeah. Other things too.
Mm.
Weird things that I struggle to describe. Ichor. Blackness, corruption, it's hard to describe it.
Corruption of the very nature.
Very, very hard to describe. But yes. If you wish to go down and explore that part, you will need to open the gate to mineshaft 2716 once again. The lever that operates it is going to be in the foreman's hold.
We go to the foreman's hole, operate the lever, and that will allow us access to the shaft.
That's correct, yes.
Great.
Have to be quick and careful. So that means more danger will be approaching, yes?
Will all of us fit in the foreman's hole?
Hold with a
Oh.
D.
Right. Will all of us fit in that?
Oh yes, like I said, this mine has been in operation for a very long time. Most of the places within are actually quite spacious.
I see. So the foreman has a wide hold, which shouldn't be an issue. We'll go there, operate his lever, which will allow us access to the shaft.
As I sit here thinking about the hours I put into writing this today. Yeah, that's what you should do.
Excellent. Well,
Oh, there was one more thing. If you are going to head down that way, I don't expect you'll find anything. But a girl here, her name is Penelope. Her brother was on that original team. She has not been able to accept that he's gone. But his body was not among those that we found when we went down there, or among those that have emerged from the mines in one way or the other. And so she believes that he's still alive. She told me to tell you that if you are able to either find him and bring him out, or bring back proof that he's passed. She says she doesn't have much money right now, but she swears she will do whatever job she must to earn money to pay you.
the lad's name.
Peter.
Hmm.
I don't even what. What was that? I heard something and it cracked me the fuck up. Hey, Peter. Hey, Peter. Peter, you seen Penelope? Okay.
Or like
I don't know why that.
Peter. Very well. So And these things that came out of 2716, you feel they have spread to other mine shafts, or are they just simply coming from there?
We have not been in those mines. I mean, as you've seen, we barricaded them off for that reason. I don't know anymore. We lost 3 of our men going down there and trying to get the door to 2716 closed, and we have not returned.
Well, then we know our mission. Into the mine.
Well.
To
Oh.
the foreman's hold first, and then we'll hope we find
Where-
Peter.
I was
And
gonna say, where would the foreman's hold be?
yes, where is that?
Right. So the foreman's hold, unfortunately, is not as easy to reach as it once was. The earthquake knocked away one of the shortest paths there. You'll have to find another way around, but it is to the north as you enter. You'll need to go in that direction.
And the mine shaft in question, the 2716.
That is very easy to find. When you take the elevator down, it'll be directly to your south.
I don't do elevators.
I'll hold
You're
your
going to
hand.
have a difficult time
What?
getting down, then. I hope you're ready to climb.
Very well. I shall climb then.
What?
Elevators, can't trust them. Unreliable.
I see. Well then.
He'll find his way down. Worry not.
So, Lieutenant Rayner stands up and escorts the 5 of you down towards the mines, where a portion.
Is there? Sorry, before we go, is there a grocer nearby?
Yeah, absolutely. There is.
Okay. I would like to ask the grocer if they have any pickled peppers.
Okay.
For Peter?
God damn it.
They have a lot of things that are pickled, but not peppers.
They don't have any pickled peppers?
They don't.
They have pickled onions and.
Do they have a peck of anything?
I mean, they have pickled cucumbers, which are very popular.
They have a peck of pickles.
Gross.
I don't think that's gonna work.
That's
All right. Well, we just go then.
Is there a
As you're-
pumpkin?
As you're leaving, Karina speaks up. Goes, not to complain, but what do you want me to do with her exactly when she, I presume, will come down and try to leave?
Not to be arrested? Kind of look to.
We
I
have
was
to
gonna say,
take her.
Do we want to take? Do we want to take her with us into a dangerous environment?
She's
We could
Alright.
ask her.
Traverse Skittles.
I'm
Not sure we want her at our backs.
correct
But
that.
Well.
Is she not going to go to the jail?
We cannot turn her in here. We have to, for the bounty, we have to return back to the
Minas
main
Grove.
town.
but we can have them hold her.
Yes,
time
but
being.
Not at the pole. What if it rains again?
or they
Correct.
beat her. Cerberus has an idea, if no one objects.
Depends on the idea.
Cerberus
We'll
rips-
hear it.
rips open his chest and calls the symbiote that powers his bones
But
forth. No,
Huh?
okay, just kidding. So,
Rewind. What?
no. So, Cerberus will pull 2 gold coins out of his pocket and place them here. Place them on the table. That is for room and board for her for the next few days. We would ask, and he turns to Rayner, that you keep her under house arrest. Let her. The doors are barred, or the windows barred, and the doors are locked. Lieutenant, if you would allow her, obviously access to her meals, and her room, and I suppose if there's any money left over, I don't know, something mild and inexpensive to keep her preoccupied. But otherwise, I would have her contained here, and hopefully this will compensate you for that inconvenience.
Rayner looks at it and then looks over to Karina. Do you mind one of your rooms being used as a prison cell for the time being? She looks around the empty tavern. I don't think it'll be used. That's fine.
Please keep a list of any other expenditures incurred, either from temper tantrums or damage to property and attempted escapes, and I will make good
We
on any
will.
such bill when we return. Yes. Thank you,
Yes, we
Brooks.
will properly compensate as necessary.
It's very well then. And you are all shown down towards the mine, where indeed a portion of the barricade has been opened up just enough that the 5 of you are able to fit through and
Cool.
enter in.
Well, obviously, if a bear can fit through, we'll be fine.
All right. The moment you enter the hard silver mine of Mina's Reach, you can tell something has gone horribly wrong here. It's not so much what you see, hear, or smell, but what you feel. A shiver runs from the back of your head all the way down your spine, and you feel as though 1,000 eyes are upon you. The walls seem to contract and expand as though they are breathing, but when you look closer at them, they are unmoving. At the very far end of your peripheral vision, you can see something moving, crawling. You know it wants you, that it desires you with a primal yet unnatural hunger. And yet when you turn your head, there is nothing there. Constantly, you feel a tightening around your neck, as though hands are clasping around your throat just hard enough to make you notice, and as soon as you do, that feeling goes away. Screams you can't hear, grisly sights you can't see, blood you can't smell or taste, and yet it is all in abundance here. There, and yet not there, like a word on the tip of your tongue, a sliver in your mind. And so while the main entrance of this mine looks and seems normal enough, you know deep in your mind that something terrible has happened here. As you enter the mine, you find yourself in a large, well-lit area. There are a couple of small branching paths you can see to your right, but they're both very short, probably just exploratory digs. To the left, you see a branch that goes up and then curves back around to an area above. This path is fenced off with a sign that reads, "Keep out, unstable rock." Mining equipment lies strewn about the area, and in front of you is a large mine shaft with a wooden platform sitting atop it. The platform has a track that connects to the track running out of the mine, where they would take a mine cart in and lower it up and down and bring it out. This is the elevator that was spoken of. You are now in the entrance area of the mine. What do you do?
Yeah, Cerberus would like to know what check to take a look at how stable this supposed elevator is.
So you go over and just start by just pressing one foot on it to see. It's at right now. It seems very stable, as the track that is on this elevator platform is lined up and connected with the track that is on the ground here, leading out of the mine shaft.
Classic elevator deception.
I was
but
just
okay.
gonna say, while Varys is checking that out, I'm just gonna walk out on it.
Yep.
I'd like to produce
Same.
flame.
Okay, you produce flame.
I have
where?
a lit
Where?
up hand.
Oh,
Wait.
thank God.
You do what?
I have a lit up hand.
I'm sorry, Rob blew something like what? What do you do?
I'm casting produce flame so I can have a light in my hand.
Got it. Okay, sorry, I didn't understand.
It's okay. I think people kept talking over me.
Okay.
Not talking over. With.
Yeah. So you cast produce flame. Caldana, as you walk out on this thing, it seems perfectly sturdy.
I mean, what was the worst that's gonna happen? I fall again?
You know what? Fair point.
Been there, done that.
As you look around, you can see the contraption is relatively simple. There is a long series of ropes put through a number of pulleys that are clearly operated by hand. Although there is a catch, so that if you lose the rope for whatever reason, it doesn't plummet; it just catches and stops there.
That's good.
It's well designed. However, it does light up a problem. Someone normally needs to be in here to operate it, so someone will have to stay at the top and lower everyone else down and then climb down themselves.
Varys, good news.
Varys feels so relieved.
You can help us and climb.
I don't have to take the elevator.
Not. Right, you cannot.
Very well.
I will trust you with the pulley system.
I shall attempt to operate this potentially fatal contraption.
Indeed. All right, so you take hold of the rope. Does everyone else climb aboard?
I do.
I'm just gonna bring up. Should we climb in like more than one person so there's a chance someone can catch you?
Oh, in case I fall? Oh, I won't fall. It's fine.
Caldana,
Yeah, I have a
something,
funny feeling I might have said the same thing.
something triggers in your mind. You know how to safely climb, always in at least twos.
Yeah, no, I'm staying behind. We're climbing together.
The rest. Oh, well, all right. Thank you. Must be nervous about the elevator.
So the remaining three of you get on the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
As
Uh,
as I pass Caldana and Cerberus, she's going to look them both in the eye and go,
Our lives are in your hands.
Sir Ferris suddenly feels very nervous.
You all climb on, well, the three of you do. And Caldana, you and Cerberus both go over to this rope system. You take the rope in your hands and wrap it around once to make sure you've got it on tightly. And then flip the lever and it comes loose. And it's incredibly light. The pulley system here has distributed the weight in such a way that this thing is not particularly heavy for you. I mean, it's heavy, but like, it's not hard. You start lowering it down. And indeed.
Pretty ingenious, actually. I don't know what you were so worried about, Caldana.
This is
Uh,
the easy part.
Oh.
As the elevator begins descending, at first you can see only rock. But finally, you descend through the ceiling of a large cave area. It is very dimly lit here, though it doesn't seem to be for lack of torches. The torches here are not on fire, as one would expect, but seem to have a flower on the end of them that glows luminescent. And although there are many of these, the light in here seems muted and dim, and it is difficult to see very far. This large, multi-level room that you're descending into has ramps and pathways all around, leading to tunnels that excavate out in varying directions. There's probably nearly 20 of these. To the south, you can barely make out a pair of large metal doors that likely lead to mineshaft number 2716. Near the ground, you realize that you can't see the stone or rock floor. Instead, the floor appears to be covered in a writhing black Icarus goo, and the air here is heavy. With a solid thunk, the elevator sets down on the wooden platform at the bottom. Here, the light is even more dim, and you can barely see more than a couple feet in front of your face. Back up to the top. Cerberus and Caldana, you continue lowering it until you feel a solid thunk as it hits the bottom. And you have successfully done it. You tie it back off and are able to start your descent down the rope, if that is how you wish to attempt this.
What's the best way, Caldana? Do we just like swan dive, or what is?
I'm gonna. So, how well does the elevator fit the shaft down?
Snug.
I mean, yeah, it's not like it's definitely snug on the front side because it has to connect to the track when it gets to the top. But on the back side, there's probably a good foot.
So I guess what I'm asking is it like I could tie myself to that rope and climb down the side?
Yes, absolutely. If you wanted to tie yourself off on the rope and then climb down the side, you could. But here's what you notice: that as you look down, now that you're able to see, you see first of all a lot of very dim light. Like the room looks like it's lit, but it's really hard to see anyway. It's very. It goes against like you don't trust your eyes when you look at it. But you also see that this is going to open up in the ceiling of whatever room you're going into. So there is a wall, a sheer wall that you can climb down for a while, but eventually then you're just going to hit air as you come through the ceiling of this large cave.
Oh, I see. Because it's really like it goes through a hole, and it's like this big ass pit. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
okay,
basically
so
opening up into a cavern
Okay.
beneath.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna, I guess for both of us, tie off like slip knots so we can just move those with ourselves down the rope.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Both of you can make for me an athletics check with advantage.
A 1 and a nat 20.
Okay.
Well.
Well, I know which one I
That's
think you should take.
Yeah. Let's not repeat.
Yeah.
And a 23 for you. Okay, so
That's also a nat 20, isn't it?
it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
you both rolled a
a
nat 20.
Very nice.
Fantastic.
All right, very nice. Indeed. So the two of you begin descending. Caldana, you don't know how you know what you know, but climbing comes very naturally to you. You know where to look for good handholds, places that you can rest for a moment to, just brace with your feet and give your hands a second to recover. You know what loose patches of rock look like. You know where's a place you don't want to step. And you know where there's spots on the rope, how to dodge around spots where the rope is frayed a bit and is going to cut your hands. You're very competent. And you're able to also point a little bit out to Cerberus. Cerberus, on the other hand, you also do quite well. For different reasons, you have climbed a lot of trees. A lot of vines. You lived in a forest for a very long time. Climbing is not unnatural to you. And the two of you are able to, for as far as you have to climb, this is a good 600 feet that you are going down. It is a long descent to get down to the bottom of this room. But indeed, you are able to make your way down. And just as you saw, or just as the other party saw, this room is massive. Tons of entrances and exits, different levels, ramps going up and down. You see these torches all around the place. None of them using actual flame. All of them using some sort of bioluminescence to light up. And indeed, as you come down and get your feet on top of the elevator to join the rest of the party, the floor is covered in this black Icarus goo.
Oh, am I still on the rope?
You are on the rope now, but you are like descending down onto the elevator with the rest of them.
Right. But my feet aren't touching the ground.
So none of them are touching the goo. So you come down on a raised wooden platform where the elevator lands, and then
Right.
around that there is no stone. You see, that's where the goo is. It's all around this wooden platform that you're on.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang from the rope either way.
Okay, that's fair.
I have a
Feels like the
question.
platform might be touching the goo.
I have
Yes,
a question.
go ahead.
Is the goo water based?
What? Wha-
It's
That's
really hard to see it. Like I said, you can barely see more than a couple feet in front of your face in here. It's very dark.
What if she tastes it?
What if I use shape water on it?
Mm.
Yeah, what happens?
Interesting.
Go ahead and cast shape water. See what happens.
It's cast.
It is cast. All right. Let me see what the effects of shape water are.
So I choose an area with water that fits within a 5-foot cube, and then I can do things with that. And I was gonna like have it move basically.
So as you disperse the goo, a cube of it, right? You bring your hands up and you disperse it.
Mhm.
And indeed, you can see what is underneath this. And you realize that this writhing mass of goo is an untold number of rats, each of which is secreting this Icarus
Ew.
black substance.
That's
And as you spray them apart, rats go flying everywhere. And now they have taken notice of you, and they begin to swarm the elevator.
Oh, sorry guys.
I'm so glad that I'm still on my rope, dude.
Uh,
I am.
It is not long before all of you have rats on you because they come right up the rope and grab
What are you
Caldana
talking about?
too.
They climb the rope? What's their climb speed?
I need
Fast enough.
everyone in here
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
is being swarmed. I need you all to take 1d4 slashing damage.
You gotta stop with that, sir. Cerberus wears rat-resistant chainmail.
That's very cool.
I got 3 damage.
Yep, so everyone take 1d4 slashing damage, please.
Let me see how I roll this. I don't even remember.
/R.
Oh, really?
Ow.
Cool.
And do I just put 1d4?
Yeah, slash R space 1d4.
Nice. Like
3 damage.
I got
Mhm.
3. My half for rat resistance.
Right. Of course.
Well, it's actually called rat resistance.
Yes. Also,
Okay.
I need everyone to make a DC. I don't type DC.
You
I
stop
need you to
with
make.
this.
I need you to make a Constitution save.
No, you don't. You don't need
Oh,
shit.
I don't like
You just
that.
relax.
Saving throw, right?
Yeah. That's a 9.
Constitution
At least that's
saving
not a
throw?
nat
21.
one.
Constitution?
Yep.
Come
Yes.
on, that's bullshit, dude. You made that word up.
21.
No, she didn't. You rolled a natural 20.
Nice, dude. I got 22.
Hmm. Sorry, I'm just checking something. See if this is going to affect Cerberus or not.
What are you talking about? Is it
What'd
gonna
you roll?
affect you?
Would you roll
22.
Okay, never mind. It's not gonna
22.
affect you anyway.
No,
I don't have to worry
no.
about it. Okay.
Oh, nice, dude.
So-
We had a 2, a 9, 22, 21, and 21.
22.
22. Okay. Malkyria and Rialta,
Yeah.
I need you to mark somewhere on your character sheet that you have contracted porphyric exsanguination.
What's that do?
I'm gonna type it out.
No, that sounds
uh,
really bad.
I'm pretty sure I know what that is.
What does it do?
Well,
Where it's-
So
in
far, you don't
game,
know
I'd
this
have
anything.
to roll. In game,
Yeah.
I'd have to. I don't know if out of game.
I got to be clear. None of y'all feel anything different. Y'all feel
Yeah,
normal.
out of game, I think either you're gonna turn into a vampire, a rat vampire, or a were rat / vampire.
No, if it was
Other-
porphyric hemophilia, you would turn into a vampire.
What was it called? Porphyric what?
Porphyric exsanguination.
Oh, you're gonna bleed out. You're just gonna bleed out to death. Exsanguination is to lose all your blood. But I don't know that
Kelly
in-game.
sent me that phrase earlier, and I read it
Porphyric.
as I think it was like pyretic exsanguination.
Pyrrhic,
I'm like,
yeah.
oh no.
Theoretic. That would, to be fair, that's worse. You're glad you don't have that. I think you're just gonna. I feel like you're gonna bleed out all your pores or something.
I don't have lesser restoration.
All right.
You didn't need it. You didn't
no.
want it.
I
You
don't
never
think I
wanted
can.
it.
I don't think I can learn it yet.
It's okay. You never wanted it anyway.
All right. So there's rats swarming you. What do you do?
I have produced flame. I still have that in my hand, so I
Mhm.
use it to attack one.
Okay, so we're gonna use produce flame. What is everyone doing? Let me know.
Well, I'm gonna get ready. Do we have to roll initiative? I'm
Nope.
going to.
This
oh,
is just
sick.
a check. What are you doing? There's
Uh,
rats. How do you want to get rid of them? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna smite.
Man.
Hey, just
Rats have
smack them
sensitive
off.
ears, right?
Typically,
Can I produce
Yeah,
a
smite 'em.
chord, like a dissonant chord,
you
to
okay?
kind
So
of like,
you're gonna try and produce a sound that the rats don't care for.
yeah,
Okay. All right.
to
Got
just
that.
kind of like get them.
Yep. So we have a produce flame. We have a dissonant chord. Severus, what are you doing?
Or kind of like mimic
Uh,
like a roar or something like
Mhm.
that.
I'm gonna raise my blade and smite the rats.
All right. Please check off a spell slot.
Oh, it's checked.
Caldana, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna rage and literally go ape shit on these.
Please
Wait.
expend a rage.
Wait,
What?
Callie, does this count as Melody being in danger?
I would say yes, you are definitely in danger. Oh,
Okay.
indeed. We do need to talk about that. Anyone who can see Melody right now might notice something that as she starts to get ready to play this chord, her teddy bear has changed. It has grown massively into a huge mama bear that is roaring at these rats.
Oh.
Good.
Oh.
Thank you for the reminder, Melody. I completely forgot.
Oh.
I will say the rats do not care for that noise. They are not a fan. And Brux, what are you going to do?
I will draw my dagger and start just one at a time.
All right. If you spent a resource like a spell slot or a rage or something like that, you may roll a d20 with advantage. Otherwise, you may roll a d20.
Here we go, D20 with advantage, baby. Yeah, that's what we call it in the game world.
I'm
Do we add
unmuted.
anything to it?
Nope. You can add your proficiency to it. I'm sorry.
Okay, so 14 for me.
Proficiency's 2 right now, right?
Yep.
Just a plain,
17.
just a plain or
Plain D20 plus your proficiency.
14.
Put it in the chat. That's
What did
your.
I get?
Okay, well, I guess an
Well,
intelligence.
I rolled with my intelligence because it doesn't matter. It
Yeah,
doesn't
so
add
that's plus
anything.
0, yeah.
I guess that's your.
11.
So 13 plus, because you have plus 2 proficiency.
Oh yeah, 13. Sorry.
Yep, no worries. All right, so let's see. That's 8, 14, 17, 11. That is enough. Great. All right, that is enough. So, indeed, Rialto, you start waving this flame around in front of some of them because, hey, rats don't like fire, probably. Melody, you strike a loud, dissonant chord that echoes through the whole place, and the rats, yeah, that goo kind of like shudders from it, and the rats seem to back up a little bit. Brux, you start going, you start doing Uruk things. You start going ham on them. Cerberus, you bring down your sword, and for the very first time, smite. I need you to describe what your smite looks like, please.
Well, absolutely. When I raise my blade in the air, it bathes the room in the color of moonlight. And for just a moment, it seems like the gossamer wings of moths dance around the blade's edge. As I bring it down, it ignites in deep purple flames. The flames are not hot, nor are they cold. They are like the memory of fire, a dream which will consume these rats.
All
These
right.
stupid ass rats. As I bring it on the ground, that energy erupts, and it makes me turgid.
Okay, we didn't need that part.
It's a
Anyway.
metaphorical turgid.
Noted.
Great, awesome. And Caldana, indeed, you fucking hate rats, and you are pissed about it. So you go absolutely ham and start just cleaving with the greatsword, taking out scores of rats. And it isn't long before the rats' self-preservation instincts start kicking in, and they say, "Fuck this! This is not the easy meal that we were hoping for." And they fuck off right quick. And you do not take any further damage.
Mostly probably because of the flames.
I mean, that definitely was a big part of it. Yeah, that's
And
correct.
the turgidness.
Well, that's what my cod piece cures.
So,
Does Fluffles stay in Mama Bear mode?
yeah, Fluffles is not moving right now. Fluffles is pissed off.
I would like to note that upon seeing that scary bear, I am returned to a flaccid state.
I mean, yeah.
Mostly out of fear. If
Uh-huh.
I had to describe Varus right now, I would call him turtling.
I see.
Hey, more than I need to know.
It's called role playing. I'm just role playing.
It is, and you know.
I'm role playing. I'm role playing the whole experience. I'm embodying him right now.
No, I think.
Not like literally, but
I
like
think,
you know.
I don't consent to this. Okay.
So, as these things start dispersing, Cerberus, you notice something.
Yes.
You, as a paladin, can't get sick.
Correct.
You are immune to disease.
Yes.
And yet you are aware that something just tried to infect you.
I'm
So
taken
that,
aback by that.
that aura in you flared up for a moment to protect you from it, but you definitely noticed it.
These rats, he says, sheathing his blade, spread illness of a severe and powerful kind.
Well,
Is it the same one that the people in the town have?
I don't know, but well, it's a good thought.
be sure that we did not get the same.
Was anyone bitten?
Certainly was.
Hmm.
A lot of us were.
Got
you
a
mind-
little scratch.
A few got through.
Would you mind if I looked at the wound?
Certainly.
Unfortunately, Cerberus is not trained in medicine, so he sticks his tongue in the wound. No,
Ew!
Oh
All right.
No, but
Can I-
you can make a medicine check, and if anyone wants to assist, they may.
Yeah, he did.
will assist because I am trained.
Okay.
Thank
may
you very
assist.
much.
Medicine
You'll
check.
make a
No,
medicine
no,
check.
no, 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 no. Put that back in your mouth.
That
I'm
gives me
glad, I'm glad at least that's over with.
that gives me advantivo. Yes.
It does. Yes, you have advantage on this check.
Okay, I rolled the medicine now.
7 or 6.
Okay.
All right.
That's not
Okay,
bad.
I got a
Oh.
7.
Okay.
I
Jeez.
I think they have the chicken pox.
So, as you start checking them, that same feeling inside you when you check Rialta's wound flares a little bit, and you can tell, yeah, she has contracted something, but you're not quite certain what.
You are infected, Rialta. I don't know with what specifically, but you are ill.
That's certainly not good.
If the disease is anything like they contracted up the shaft, then above ground, then I may be able to cure it, but it will take everything that I have. If it is perhaps of a lesser creation or severity, I may be able to heal of it,
I
but
have a,
I don't know when we would get it again, and I cannot render you immune.
I have a question.
Yep.
GM?
Yep.
Am I still bleeding?
No.
Hey.
You are, your wounds are not healing up, but they're not particularly severe, so you're not really bleeding.
She looks.
Of course, you only got your wounds a moment ago, but I didn't heal that fast.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
actually be scary in and of itself.
I guess, but if
Just
this
straight up
is-
lizard man regeneration out of nowhere.
Well, if it's similar to what people above have been getting, then one cut and I will keep bleeding.
We can bind that wound still, though. It just...
Any others?
It is up to you. I'm happy to utilize what power I have, but at the
No.
moment there is a limit to what I can, when and how many times I can expend it.
No, we don't have time for that. I will bind this and pray I do not get struck worse.
I will swear to you that we will heal it when we leave. We will find a methodology. And
Appreciate-
legends say that if you kill the great evil, all the effects that they have applied to you go away. That happens all the time in the legends of the Order.
Mm.
So I'm pretty sure that if we find the general of evil and
Mhm.
kill it, that we just win and we're fine.
Mm.
So
Is
So-
make things easier.
To the south, you can see the large metal doors, probably about 12 feet high, that indeed lead into what you presume would be Mineshaft 2716. They are still closed. They don't look like they're in the best shape for as new as they should be, but they are closed.
There's no sign to indicate what it is or anything.
There's not, but it's also the only one that has big doors in front of it, so
Okay.
you're pretty
Fair
sure it's that one.
Fair enough.
Unless Captain Raynor really left something out. To the north, you see a path that is blocked off by rocks that fell at some point. You presume this is the path up to the foreman's hold that the lieutenant referred to.
How,
adventures died.
so it's got the rocks fall.
Mm-hmm.
How does it look clearable, basically?
No, this would probably need blasting powder. You'd probably have to blast this back open if you wanted to do that. This was a major cave-in that happened here.
How do we plan to reach the hold? And we need that to open the door.
He said there was another way around.
Oh.
So we are going to start a skill challenge to get through here. You will need to navigate your way through the mines to the foreman's hold. You are going to do a series of skill checks. Every time you use the same skill in repetition, the DC will get harder, but you are allowed to. You also may at any time expend either a spell slot or a use of rage to gain advantage on your roll as we go along through this skill check. And as you are getting ready to leave, you hear a voice call out from above, "Hold!" And as you look up, Carmen is currently ziplining her way down this thing. And she clenches down on the wrap that she brought to slow herself down as she gets towards the bottom and lands. Snaps away the snap that she used and touches it back to her pouch. You could have woken me at least.
What are you doing here?
He looks at you, Melody. Here to help.
Wait, how'd you get past the lady and the guards?
She smiles very pleasantly. I can be very persuasive.
Well, I hope you are a better spelunker than you are a prisoner. I must say that. But Cerberus seems honestly unperturbed. I suppose we could use what help we could in this situation.
Well, I'm good with some forms of healing, and well, better at range than I am up close, but I can hold my own in a fist fight if I have to, as you've all seen. Yes.
You'll understand, of course, if we don't completely trust you at the moment.
Oh, you don't want me on your backside? I was kidding. Fine. I know. Of course, I'll be at your side. That's fine. I just don't want to go in front because, well, she looks to Caldana and Melody. Maybe to Melody. Back to Caldana. I think that one's the one's designed to take hits.
Cerberus looks at. Wait, are you saying Caldana or Mel?
Caldana.
Designed to take hits. I see. Cerberus looks.
Caldana just chuckles.
Seems a little. Sure. Okay. I guess. I mean.
Ignore the one that's in literal full plate.
I have a big shield, but that's not.
I a joke to you?
Not
She
upset
gives
about
you.
it.
She gives you a very cute look. Oh, are you upset? Are you jealous?
Cerberus raises his eyebrow.
He
I am committed to finding our way through.
Oh, well, if you ever want to protect me with the shield, you're more than welcome to. He looks to Rialta. You're going to want to bandage that up.
I'm in the middle of it. I'm aware. It seems I've been infected with what ails the rest of the town.
She will make a medicine.
She has what I believe to be some sort of rat pox.
13 plus 4 is 17.
Better roll.
All right. I will tell you a little bit about what you have, and then I will allow whoever wants to ask one question of it. She looks at you. Porphyric exsanguination. Not a pleasant way to die. The disease that infects your blood, magical in nature, although not at first. It starts as just a regular affliction, like a cold or something of that nature. But after about a day, it infects your blood properly, and at that point, nothing short of curse removal will take care of it.
See, is there something that can be done at this early stage?
Oh, yeah. If you have a remove disease potion, cure common disease potion, that'd do it. Right now, it's relatively easy to take care of. Later on, not so much.
So, cure wounds ain't gonna cut it?
No.
Cure wounds? Can cure wounds be used to cure disease? No.
No, cure wounds does not cure disease.
5 points of lay on hands will, or lesser restoration will,
right.
I believe, if I recall.
Yeah, both of those would cure disease. I could do it, as I said.
But only so much in the tank, right?
Cerberus nods.
It would be wise to save it for the moment.
Well, actually, I will expend the remainder of her knowledge about this to tell you the details of porphyric exsanguination.
Okay.
Porphyric exsanguination. Let me see where did I put that. A player with porphyric exsanguination cannot regain HP as a benefit of a long or short rest. After 24 hours, the player will lose 1d4 HP every hour. This will increase by 1d4 HP every hour until they die. A player that dies with porphyric exsanguination returns as a zombie 12 hours after death. In the first 24 hours after contracting the disease, it is treated as a common disease and can be treated as such. After 24 hours, it is treated as a blood curse and can only be removed with a remove curse spell.
So it
No.
incubates for 24 hours. We
That
have a day.
Yeah, that part of it matches
Yeah.
up with what she
I
told
was
me,
an
so.
idiot and did not take lesser restoration when I should have.
Well,
As I told you, it takes me almost nothing to cure it, but there's a limited amount of time. We have 24 hours, and I hate to be practical, Rialta, when something so dangerous is going on, but the reality is any of us could be bit again. I could cure you now of the disease, and moments later you could be scratched and re-afflicted. So, you can't be infected twice, right? He turns to
Or would
Carmen.
that
no, you
short-
cannot. To my knowledge, you cannot get double porphyric exsanguination.
Well, that does sound dreadful. Which means, ironically, much like playing a Dark Souls game, by having poison, you are protected from poison. So, if anything, yeah, it's better that you have it now. As long as we cure you before the 24 hours is up, well, we will not
Yeah.
have to worry about the
So
curse.
it's- Am I the only one who gained this?
No,
by the
you
way?
and Melody both have it
Okay,
now.
I didn't know if we knew that. We've only been
Oh,
talking
Oh,
about it.
sorry, that's right.
I only checked you.
Ye-
Okay.
Yeah, that was the only one that came up.
Make sure we check everyone. Everyone has knowledge.
It's easy
Oh.
enough.
Okay.
A cursory glance around everyone reveals that Melody has also contracted this. Everyone else seems fine.
Perhaps I should cure Melody now.
Wow.
Well, I wouldn't want her to get sick.
But you
Don't-
just said that I'd be protected if.
But
if-
Rialta is a strong woman. She knows how to take care of herself, Melody. You are still growing, and it's
I'm
important.
also
that-
strong.
Don't worry
You're
about
very strong. You're very
She's
strong.
going. She's pouting and puffing her cheeks.
And
I'm
taller than me.
strong.
I know you're very strong, but we're talking about your health here. There's really no compromise for this kind of thing. You have to. You're a growing girl. You have to make sure you're taking care of
bandage
yourself.
me.
Carmen looks like she's about to vomit. Ooh,
No,
very. How
you
dashing.
heal Rialta first before you heal me, or you don't heal me
Don't.
at all. And she crosses her arms.
I'm bandaging my arm and I'll be ready to go.
Then
Excellent.
we will wait.
Just stare at him for a moment. We'll worry about it later.
All
I
right.
Yes,
have
of
a
course.
day.
Right. No, that makes a lot of sense. You're very smart, Melody. That's a good point.
All right. Let us begin this skill challenge then. I need someone, it can be whoever you wish, to give me a 1d6 roll.
Who's feeling lucky?
Not me.
Not me.
I'm not feeling lucky. Yeah. What do we
A
got?
6. That's either really bad or really good.
Yes, a
Six.
6. Wild magic goes off. Come on.
All right. 6. As you exit this area and you decide to try the mine shafts that are closest to the one that seems to go where you want to go, figuring stay close. You start to wander around, and as you wander this long path that loops around and starts taking you up, you can't help but get the sense of those eyes being on you again, those that you felt when you first came in here. Those hands continue to clasp around your throat, only now they seem very cold. I need everyone to make a charisma saving throw.
Yeah.
I'll use an inspo. Said about it.
Oh,
Oh, that
Oof.
was a waste of an inspo.
Never feels good. Never feels good.
8, 8, 6, 24.
9.
Charisma.
All right, 11.
I got an 11?
You did.
No, I didn't. I got a 23.
Use inspo.
Yeah, I have one left.
Oh, okay. If you
Okay.
used inspo, then yeah, you got.
Oh,
23.
sorry. Yeah, I have my one left from that bank that
Got it.
Robbie gave me like back at the beginning.
So I just need Brox. What did you get?
9. I'm about to go
9.
grab my other dice bag.
All right. Double check, make sure. Great. Caldana, you feel weird as that coldness emanates from you. I need you to take 1 point of exhaustion as your body starts to feel heavy and sluggish.
Not okay.
Great.
Nothing else
Where do I
seems to happen.
shower?
Everything else seems perfectly normal.
Just her that gets that?
Just her.
Where would we do that on roll 20?
Point of exhaustion. Oh,
I don't know if there is one.
good question.
I don't
What
know.
is on roll 20.
I
Let's
don't know if there's a
see.
I'm
section
pretty sure
for
there
it.
is.
I think
but-
there is because I'm pretty sure Evelyn got hit with that at one point.
Click on the gear on the column that has the NPC toggle on it. There's one that shows exhaustion tracking. You can click on the off and turn that on.
Oh yeah.
Ah ha ha.
And it
Yay.
should appear like under hit dice. And above attack spell casting.
Under
Show
NP.
exhausting. Yeah. The rightmost one. You got to go down a ways. It's under ammo
Yep, yep.
tracking.
All right. Caldana, did you take your 1 point of exhaustion?
I just found the option. Give me a
Alright.
quick sec.
I'm gonna remind myself what 1 point of exhaustion does. I think it's disadvantage on all skill
Disadvantage
checks.
on ability checks.
Is it all ability checks or just some? I thought it was just some. at
Um,
first.
It shows you what
First level
the
Disadvantage on ability checks is first level.
Yep, it
Nice.
shows you
Second
on
level-
the thing.
I think that's attack, right?
It actually shows you on the.
No, second level is speed halved. Third level is disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. Fourth level is hit point maximum halved. Fifth level is speed reduced to 0. Sixth level is death.
Oh,
Like
good.
real life.
Great.
Can't
Can't just not sleep
yeah, you
forever.
can't just not sleep
Yeah,
forever.
you do
'cause
eventually have to sleep.
'cause you do die.
Other than that, you pass through this place completely normally, and that counts as a success. You have passed your first part of the skill challenge. I need someone who is not Caldana to roll a d6 for me.
I'll roll a d6.
Yeah, do it. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah.
Rolled a 2.
Nice.
2. All right. Oh, nice. This room you enter into is different than all the others that you've been in since you entered the mine, and it doesn't take you long to realize why it feels different. In here, there is a shrine to Delenfer, the goddess of perseverance. It is a pedestal of a woman holding aloft a shield with a heart on it, protecting a man laying on the ground from the assault of some unseen beast. In front of this pedestal is a small mat where people have likely knelt and prayed in a small bowl with offerings. There is a calm in this room found nowhere else in the mine, as the monsters choose to stay away from it or quickly pass through it. And other than that, this room seems quite unremarkable.
Nice Tomal.
That is
Denise
indeed
Tomal.
who she was in life, yes. If you, this would be somewhere where you could stop for a moment if you needed to catch your breath or say something. Relatively safe in here.
How is everyone feeling?
Shit
What the fuck was that?
Someone did a jump scare and so she
Oh,
blew
I
into
didn't
my
hear.
ear. We
Not
can't hear because it's
somebody-
on the stream. Yeah, Mal did.
Someone.
That's hilarious.
I'm in the room with Callie, so anytime that happens to her, it just goes right to my ear.
That's funny. That's hilarious.
I thought it was very nice. I love my description of Delenfer, but
I thought it was good, and it was a neutral room. Nothing bad happened.
Yeah, right. Everything's great here.
Actually, can I make a perception check to see if there's? Can I search the room?
You can.
Okay,
Absolutely.
great. I'm gonna hope. I hope I find something.
I would
don't
say
know.
investigation if you want to search. the
Invest.
room.
You got it. I will investigate. I mean, I'm terrible at both. So
Also, if anyone wants to make a religion or history check to know what they know about Delenfer, they're more than welcome to.
Sure,
I'm
has one.
going to.
it's a great point. I got a 15 on my investigation.
Nice.
So the room is pretty unremarkable. This was definitely a room for prayer and for taking a moment of peace to yourself. Delenfer, the people of this mine clearly had great reverence for her. You have not seen a shrine to any other god or goddess in here, and you've not really heard of shrines to gods or goddesses in mines before. Seems kind of unusual, but you don't find a whole lot. Safer in the offering bowl, there's the equivalent of about, probably about 10, 15 gold pieces. 15 gold pieces, I would say, in the offering bowl there.
I got an 18 on my religion check.
All right, I will tell you what you know about the goddess Delenfer, and ask you or give you one question. The goddess Delenfer. I want to make sure I get her race correct. There you are. Yes, the goddess Delenfer, a human goddess, still actively worshipped to this day. People pray for her blessings before they undertake an arduous task or a long journey. And the people of Mina's Grove actually do celebrate Benice Tomal Day in reverence of the goddess Delenfer. In her human life, her name was Benice Tomal. It is said that when a brutal war took hold on Terrasen, she emerged as a beacon of hope for the people of Mina's Grove, and despite her young age, she proved wisdom beyond her years and her never-ending support to the people of the city. To this day, the people of Mina's Grove still celebrate her on the first day of winter every single year. And I will offer you one question. I will tell you this much that you might know as well. In addition to being a goddess of perseverance and handling arduous tasks and a long journey, she was seen as steadfast, a rock, and therefore is also associated with mines.
That was the answer to my question. If anyone has a good question, they can ask it. I will ask. I guess tell me more about the war.
Yeah, so over the course of Terrasen's history, there have been numerous wars between the Uruk and the Dragonborn. There have been 6 since the time of Scala alone. This would have been the 3rd war between the Dragonborn and the Uruk, and it is one that actually erupted in the far southern mountain range when the Uruk brought a great army out of the Viper's Eye Desert that came south, passing around Stone's Throw and under Lockheed's Haven to attempt to reach the Soren mountain range from the south. They were met by the armies of the Dragonborn on the great fields that run between Mina's Grove and Lockheed's Landing. That war was very bloody, and many halflings were dragged into it because of the proximity to Mina's Grove.
I will share this to any who are interested.
Very well. But yes, indeed, there is nothing else of interest happens in here, and it does count as a success. So this was the free room, so that was a good roll.
Counts.
Yep. I need someone who is not Rialta or Caldana to roll a d6 for me.
Before we do,
Yeah.
Callie, I have a question.
Okay.
Are you ready to pay for that?
I'm so nice to you, and you're nothing but spiteful about it. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
yeah.
Varys, Brock's Melody, yes?
Okay. Cool.
That's a 1.
Yes, dude.
1, okay.
I cannot wait to fight a red dragon.
What was that?
I don't know.
That didn't sound good.
I'm sorry, I farted.
1. Okay, so as you make your way upwards out of this room, the path starts to curve up and left again, and you see that a very familiar sight. Rocks have fallen here. Apparently, these not from the roof this time. These have actually come from the side and have sloped down and have blocked off a good bit of the way. As you look at it, these aren't nearly the problem that the other ones were. These might not require blasting powder. How would you all like to tackle this problem?
Brooks, you probably want to literally tackle it, right?
I was gonna say I'm gonna look at Caldana. Think we can handle this?
Yeah, probably.
And we'll give it a good old heave ho.
Okie dokie. I need you. Let's see. The two of you. I'll have the two of you both make an attack roll, whatever your attack bonus is. Go ahead and add to it.
Attack.
Yeah, you're using your forehead against it. You're gonna smash your head as hard as
Oh,
possible.
I mean, if oh,
Hey,
sorry.
I have
Let me see.
horns for that.
Are you charging it and like attacking it, or are you just like putting your back to it and trying to push it over?
Yeah. Can we move the rock?
Can you move it? Okay, never mind. Then the
You
strength,
know, the
strength
thing
check
that
is fine.
sounds reasonable.
Strength
there's-
check is fine. I thought you were gonna attack it. I'm like, all right, sweet.
They're gonna ram their heads into it.
Fuck.
Yeah. Strength check then.
I feel like the barbarian
Oh,
definitely.
God.
would
Still
attack
from
it.
both of us?
Yep. still
Not
from
one
both
with
of you.
advantage?
Rolled a double 1.
Wait, did you say we have
Uh,
advantage?
I was asking if she wanted us to both do it instead of one with
No, yeah,
advantage.
I want you both to. I thought you said you rolled a nat 1 with advantage. I'm like, well, that's rough.
No. No, but I have
I saw that
disadvantage because
last
of
week.
exhaustion. But I've still got... What the fuck is my athletics? There it is. Dirty 20.
Wow, with a disadvantage. Nice, very nice. Brooks, would you?
Is that athletics or just straight?
Just straight strength roll.
That is 11.
So yeah, Caldon, take off your athletics because it's not athletics, it's just straight strength.
Oh, so what, 18 then?
Okay, so 18.
Yeah, it
What'd
would
you
be
say,
18.
Brooks?
11.
So you both put your backs up to it and you start pushing hard. And indeed, these rocks start to give way and start to crumble inward. And as they do, some of the parts of the ceiling that were dependent on these rocks also start to give away. I need everyone to take 1 of their hit dice in damage.
Ow.
Okay, that's
Okay.
rude.
Not.
Everybody?
Everyone, yes, everyone.
I dodged the rock.
I dropped the dice.
I dodged the rock.
7.
Good lord. 8.
So I need a D20. Now, when you say a hit die, are we adding our con to this damage?
No, just 1 hit
No,
dice.
just-
Whatever your hit dice is.
yeah,
Yeah,
so like
1.
mine's D8.
Mhm.
I rolled.
Oof.
Okay.
Where did that go? There it is.
But
Good.
Yeah, I'm grabbing my leather bag.
4 for me.
Dice are killing Brock, so time to get more dice.
Time to get more dice. Put them in the microwave.
Okay.
Okay, I
So-
took 4 damage.
Once you have all taken your damage, nevertheless, even as the rocks fall, the major wall of them that was in the way has now collapsed away, and you're able to kind of step over the remaining rocks once the cave-in stops and continue forward.
I would like
Yep.
to say that I bandage my wounds again.
Okay, you can bandage your wounds up
Thank
as you
you.
go along.
You're like a
Mel-
mummy.
Melody or Cerberus, I need a 1d6 roll.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got it. Oh yeah. No problem. I rolled now. I roll die. Or do I roll 2 die? Oh, I got a 2 again.
A 2. Okay, then move right down to the next one. Okay. Coming around this corner, you freeze up. 15 feet ahead of you, you see a dog, although it has certainly seen better days. One of its eyes is missing, and large chunks of its flesh have been torn from it. It's currently
Okay.
standing over the corpse of an Uruk, which it appears to have eaten a good bit of. Seeing you, the dog looks up and growls before charging. Varys, how do you want to handle this? There's a big
will atta-
Zombino dog charging at you.
I am going to attack. I'm going to ready my sword while yelling, "Heal!"
Mm-hmm. He's still charging.
Okay.
He's not a good
I'm-
boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna smite the hell out of him.
All right. Spend a spell slot, and you may make your make an attack roll with advantage.
Got it. I'm gonna smite so good. Oh my god, it's kind of upsetting how big this smite's gonna be. Actually, sort of scaring me how big this smite's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I've got 1 spell slot left. That's probably fine.
I'm not worried about it. Attack roll. With advantage. Probably fine. I smite him every time. Boop. Then I go to the page. I got a 16.
We'll do it. DC was 15. So indeed, as this dog comes, it leaps and lunges forward right as Sir Varys has finished charging up the smite in his sword, and he flourishes it around and brings it down right through the neck of the beast and pins it to the ground as the divine energy floods through it and burns this corrupted creature away. That was a very good one to not fail, because the penalty was another hit dice of damage and another check for porphyric exsanguination. So
Yeah, no thank you.
and indeed, this thing falls away, and you're able to continue onwards. And as you come around this final corner, you stand. You see as you basically make a left round, and to your right is another tunnel that is coming up to meet you here as they both go forward now, and you enter into the foreman's hold. As you enter the foreman's hold, you see that it is a large room that is lined with torches that you've seen, with the same torches you've been seeing throughout the mine. These kind of bioluminescent torches, no fire being burned in here. On one wall are many different maps of the mine with parts marked and crossed off, as well as proposed routes for drilling and digging. On the table in front of you, there is another map which shows some hastily scrawled instructions for the construction of the 12-foot high doors and the mechanism that was built to control them. In the back corner, there's a display case that has a glowing piece of ore about the size of your head in it and a small placard in front of it. To your right, there's a desk with many documents strewn about it, and on the back wall is a large opening that serves as a window. It looks out over the room you initially descended into on the elevator. The elevator still rests at the bottom, and the room below seems to be quiet. To the right of the window, there is a large lever that is currently pulled down.
Found the Arkenstone.
Look through the.
Which
Yeah.
papers? The papers on the desk, or the papers on the table in front of you?
Sorry, the ones that had the instructions.
So those are on the table in front of you. So as you go over to the table in front of you, you see, indeed, there seems to be some spread out like schematics that show. These are mostly showing the actual like mechanisms around the door that like move it and open it and close it. The section for what is in the control room is actually very simple. It's a lever, and when it's down, the door closes, and when it's up, the door opens.
Is
What?
that so? The
What?
lever has to be up. Is what you're saying?
Yep.
The lever part, and the lever is in the room.
It's in the room. It's right to the right of the window.
Okay, and what's the position it has to be in?
It needs to be up.
And so, and when the lever is up, what does that? That's not what I'm not getting. What happens?
The doors open. The two large doors.
The doors to. I don't like what doors to what.
I hate you.
Ah,
Thank you so much.
I
For
know.
the
My
Oh.
favorite thing.
note
While
to the
that's
papers.
happening,
Mhm.
I am going to just briefly sort of flip through some of the papers on the desk, seeing if there's anything, as far as like anything dated to
Yep.
around the time frame that we have for when
Yeah.
all this started.
Yeah, so on the desk, you see a couple things. Indeed, there's some papers. They seem to be mostly inventory reports, how much rock was brought in and how much was shipped out. Nothing particularly, except that you do notice that around 3 weeks ago, the numbers of the amount of rock being harvested suddenly seemed to plummet quite a bit. You can't help but notice. Also on the desk, you're able to spot a lockbox. It is probably a foot long and a half foot tall.
Inspo for Callie about that.
Thank you, Tilly, for the inspo to me. Thank you. That's very kind of you.
That goes, but that's you. That hurts.
That does hurt you, yes.
Okay.
Uh,
Well,
Yes,
I just have a
thanks,
couple.
Rob.
Yeah, whatever. I have a few questions about the lever when you get a chance, but
Yeah, great. So you find a lockbox. It's about a foot wide by about half foot tall. On there, and it's made of a pretty sturdy metal. As Carmen walks by, she kind of whistles like, "Whew, "That's nice
Don't make
lockbox."
'em like that anymore.
No, she's just like, she gives you a look that says like, "That's what I'd be stealing." And then you watch her kind of walk over to the other corner of the room and look at this glowing ore because she's fascinated.
I get
that's
that
what
next.
Varys is looking at. He likes the pretty rock.
Okay. So Rialto, you also go over this ore?
Once I have the information of how to work the mechanism that clearly Cerberus is too dumb to know.
Understood.
Which mechanism are you talking about?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
So in this display case, there is a placard on the front of it that says Mina's ore. And it is indeed, it's a chunk of rock. It looks kind of like platinum or silver or iron even. It's metallic in nature, but it glows.
Rocks that glow are
Um,
usually either good or bad.
I'm
I,
good with
I should
no.
mention it gives off a soft blue color.
Blue's good. Blue is good. Red is bad. Blue is good. This is a good rock.
Do you recognize it?
Yeah.
Nature check?
I love that. I love that the DM's like, I don't know if it's from nature. Could be an alien.
I would say
don't know.
nature check. What'd you get?
13.
No, I would say you don't recognize it. I mean, you know that your dwarven cousins, the Forge Dwarves, they work with all kinds of interesting ores, and ones that glow are pretty rare, but usually pretty good.
Pretty rare. Don't get too many of them. Kind of like the fucking flowers on the torches down here. Not too common.
You do know sometimes rocks that glow are very poisonous and will make you very sick. You do know
just
that.
To be clear, I said what? Two things. That the rocks that glow are either good
right
or bad.
I agree. You did say that.
So
Actually,
inspiration?
What yeah, take an inspo.
Thank you.
But as you look at it, you can kind of deduce, like, if it was really, really bad for your health, they wouldn't just have it in this display case right here. This thing's not airtight. Like,
probably.
It's probably safe-ish.
These fucking idiots got demons out of the ground. I don't know if they know what they're doing.
I assume if they found this that it can't be harmful, but I don't know what this is.
Would this be the same check, Callie? And if so, I probably can't do it. But I am proficient in blacksmithing. I mean, is that like a check I could make? Because, like, I don't know. Maybe I've been like, study hammer, know about glow rock.
Yeah, I would say so. As a
All right.
blacksmith.
I think I'm say so.
Not
Konnichiwa.
like that.
Not very say so. Have you? If
I'm
we remembered
Mal.
the fuck.
Mal, I am say so because I say so. Tell you right now.
So,
I don't
Callie,
Hmm.
I also have proficiency with that, but I don't know that I remember I have proficiency with that.
That's a good question.
Am I still allowed to help him with this?
I will say you may assist him.
This would use intelligence, I would imagine.
Yes, intelligence.
Yes, my strong suit. Let's go. Yes. Yes, and I get advantage because I'm being helped by my bestest friend, Caldana.
Yep.
Her and I have gotten off on the right foot since the beginning, and this is the culmination of a beautiful friendship.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Much facetiousness, I sense.
What did I get?
13.
Why do you say it so mean?
Why
do you say it like you want to spit on me?
With a 13, here's what I'll say. You don't know what this particular rock is, but looking at it, its properties, based on what you can see, I mean, obviously it's behind a display case right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks smithable.
Nice.
I have a different approach I'd like to take.
All right.
I go to the notes
Mhm.
that Brooks was looking through,
Mhm.
and see if I can find anything about a shiny rock they found.
You may. Investigation for me?
Right, I only get a +1 investigation, so I'm
I
gonna.
would like to note that while she is investigating, I have picked up my smithing hammer, which very likely
Ooh,
Caldana
there we
is
go.
explaining to not use.
18 + 1 is 19.
I don't know that she would.
19, you said?
I did, yeah. I rolled an 18 on the die.
Eventually, you do find a document. It's from about 4 years ago that says that they located a piece of Mina's ore. There are no mines for Mina's ore. it's too rare. You can't reliably mine it out of anywhere. If you find a small vein of it, great, but you basically just found it while you're looking for something else. It is a very good metal for smithing. It is very it makes high quality weapons and armor effectively. So yeah.
And it's called Mina's ore. It says it's very, very rare, but also very good for.
Carmen.
Carmen glances over. She's been staring at it. Like, she has not taken her eyes off the shiny glowy rock.
Who is Mina?
Oh, well, Mina is a reference to someone from, ages ago. This place was already called, well, it was named for Mina's Grove, the forest that is here, and that was named almost 3,000 years ago. They suggest, the people in the city today say that it was probably named for a goddess of the time or a god of the time. But again, during Scala's era, well, all those records were lost, or destroyed, more likely.
You're quite well versed in history.
She still has not taken her eyes off the big shiny rock. Well, I've lived here my entire life. I know a little bit about it.
I think you know quite a bit. You sell yourself short.
We're gonna take this, right? Like, we're not leaving this here.
Full on round on her.
Not sure if it'd be smart to carry that.
You said it's not dangerous, yes?
Not that I'm aware of.
Nothing in that document suggests that it was dangerous.
Cerberus will look to the party. Honor demands that we are owed a boon for the service that we are to grant here. Would we take this as our boon? He points to the rock.
Well, are we not coming back here once we are completed? I suppose we could take it now. It's also quite heavy.
I like the idea of not having to traverse that house of horrors ever again.
Yeah, how heavy does the rock look?
Cerberus is gonna pick it up.
I mean, yeah, it's 4 or 5 pounds. Not a big problem.
Cerberus' arm falls off. He doesn't know what to do.
You pick it up, and it's fine. You may add to your party loot. You have a chunk of Mina's ore.
All right.
The effect of which you may trade it to a skilled blacksmith, along with 50 gold pieces for a +1 weapon of your choosing.
We party loot.
Oh, you do have party loot. I'm sorry. Let me see how I do that on here. We're gonna go add.
Yeah.
We're gonna add not a handout, but maybe it is a handout actually.
Everybody.
Party loot.
Varus must believe in handouts.
It is going to be in all players' journals. Can be edited by all players. Save changes.
Would you
now see it?
Yep.
Okay, great. You all have party loot. Yes, you may add 1 chunk of Mina's ore, which, as I say, can be exchanged along with 50 gold pieces to a skilled blacksmith for a +1 weapon of your choosing.
Brooks, were you saying something? I'm sorry.
I do not approve.
You not approve?
But if you are all in agreement, I won't stop.
What do you think we should?
Must have been the Kaboblins.
Carmen glances over. I mean, it's going to go to rot down here otherwise.
I thought the whole point was to restore the mine.
She looks around at the monsters, the Icarus black goo, everything terrible down here. Do you think anyone will ever set foot in here again, even if we clean it out? If you were up there right now bleeding out, would you come back in here? I wouldn't.
That's why we're cleaning it out.
I'm saying even if we do, would you ever step foot in here again, given what has happened? Hard enough selling a house when someone's been murdered in it.
Well, the good news is it'll be up to the people whether they want to, and to your point, Brooks. Ultimately, I have no intentions of hiding that we have this item. Should the constable or captain or whatever determine that this is not appropriate as a reward for what we've done, I would plan on relinquishing it.
She gives a look of like, ugh, fine.
Cerberus just looks and gives her a big smile.
Well, we've. She looks over at Brooks. What was in the lockbox?
I don't know.
Oh. Would you like me to pick it?
No.
Fun. Fine.
No stealing.
I'm gonna look at Varys. Can Kaboblins pick locks?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna roll a nature roll. Can I roll nature roll to see if Kaboblins can pick locks?
You are aware that Kaboblins are not a thing, so
Oh, right.
yeah, you're pretty sure they can't.
Well, whatever sort of demon this may be, whether it can pick locks or not. While I certainly agree with no stealing, I do have one question, Brooks. What if there is something in there that's information? One does not only lock up valuables, but also sometimes documents. I'm wondering if we can find something that may help us further down. Though I'm completely in agreement with you that stealing for monetary gain is inappropriate. He gives a big smile at Carmen.
She does not seem to agree, but she shrugs. Indeed, if there is something of value in there, even information, the foreman might well like to have it. And he certainly isn't getting it back this way.
Does anyone know or would approve of how to open a lock?
She puts her hand up.
Shocking.
I could bash it open.
She gives you a look like, you Neanderthal.
Right. Well, are there any objections to Carmen showing it was worth having her here?
She gives a look at that like,
I haven't been objecting since the beginning.
Go ahead.
she walks over towards the table and kind of like puckers her lips at Brooks, like blows a kiss at her before.
Walk over, lean against the wall, fold arms.
Mm-hmm.
Brooks, I was going to nod to you that we should stand at her right and her left, looking right over while she opens it.
Oh, that'll be comfortable. She nods and leans down, and you see her take out a rather expensive-looking thieves' tools set. Definitely well-loved and well-worn. She has used it many times. And she starts to set about picking the lock. Takes her about 5-6 minutes, and then you hear and it opens. Pops right open. There is, indeed, a set of documents sitting right near the top of it on the upper left in a folder. And to the right of it, a scroll and 10 bags, 10 leather pouches.
Cerberus will grab the documents of the folder.
I'll look over. I can't look over his shoulder because I'm short, but I will try.
Okay.
Actually, he'll hand you the documents and then grab the scroll.
The scroll, as you open it, is a payroll list. It designates that the 10 pouches in there each have 30 gold pieces in them and are payment for a team that is supposedly currently operating in Mine Shaft 2412. However, you're pretty sure that there's no one operating there right now, but that's what it was for the day that this was left here. So there's 300 gold pieces collectively in the 10 payroll pouches.
Payroll. This we could return to them.
Rialta,
Yes.
as you start looking over your documents, you realize you have something very important in your hands. This is an excavation survey. It shows other mountains in the area that they have been doing samples and excavations on, and to find a new location to have a mine. The idea probably being that when this mine eventually became exhausted or depleted, they would know where they were going next. But it doesn't take a lot of thought for you to realize that if this mine truly is unusable again, these documents could be extremely valuable.
They're going to be wanting to look for these. Their plans of where they were going to go next. Assume they're going to want all that research back so they don't again.
Any idea how much they would pay for those documents?
Well, I'll keep them and find out myself.
Those documents, I'll point out. I mean, not that any upstanding people like yourselves would ever partake, but the severed hand would probably pay you 3,000 gold, maybe 3,000 platinum. You could talk them up to for that.
Why would
Severed
I send them
hand.
to the severed hand? They wouldn't be able to do anything with it.
Severed hand can do as they like.
But
The
You don't think they
real
could-
one?
The real one, of course. Yes. No, not my little band in the woods. No, of course not. But yes, if you were to take the stone's throw and sell it to them, Gentleman Jesse would pay you a mint for that.
But
Well.
they can't. But how can a severed hand even hold these documents? They don't have eyes.
She looks at you for a long moment, and she's
Cerberus,
like, "You're fucking with me, right?"
Cerberus inside is very proud.
Yeah. She feels like she's being fucked with, and she rolls her eyes. Well, if you want to be more noble, you could also sell it to the foreman upstairs. I'm sure he'd be happy to have it back.
And Cerberus holds the payroll here. This is evidence that this money goes to the people. I think we should hold on to it so that it doesn't get lost, if you catch my meaning.
fair.
He looks heartbroken.
What do you think, Brux? Seem fair?
Grunt.
He hands it to Brux.
Brux, you may add to your inventory. You have 10 leather pouches with 30 gold pieces each in
Oh,
them,
I can
and a
put-
payroll sheet.
I can add them. You guys can do that if you want. I just want to let you know that I organized the group party loot between gold treasure, quest items, and magic items. So
I love how colorful it is.
yeah,
I
did
like
it,
that.
I did it for
Where
Robbie's
is it?
campaign. So
It should be in the third tab
Oh, there it
over.
is.
Yeah, party
I
loot.
didn't see it earlier.
Yeah.
I think that's fine for flavor purposes. Cerberus thinks
Yeah.
it's appropriate that
Who's
Noble
actually
Brux.
carrying it
Yeah.
directly?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. Brooks, if
Brux.
you want to add it to the quest items, go ahead.
All right.
How do we? Oh, edit. That'll help.
Thank you,
So,
Brux. I know
Caldana,
it
while,
will be safe with you.
Caldana, while this is going on, do you lift the lever?
Right about when we're ready, because I don't know what's coming through that door, but I assume something is.
You can see the door out this large window that's basically, it's not a window because there's no glass, but like this opening in the wall here. You are a good probably 70 feet up above the ground where you descended into originally, looking out the window. But you can see in the distance the large metal doors from where you came in. As you lift the lever back up, the ground shakes for a moment, and then a horrible screeching noise fills the area. Looking out the window, you can see as the massive metal doors begin pushing open, and only now can you see the state that they're in. Despite only being a decade old at most, they look thousands of years old, with the decay beginning to eat through them on the other side. Large patches of black mold and Icarus goo and rust cover them on the inside, and they've begun to warp and fray. And around the tops, you can see where they've begun to bend outwards, and you're pretty certain that's how things are still getting through. They only open about halfway along their track before they can be pushed no further, and the darkness from within seems to pour out into the cavern, almost magically. Yet it remains quiet.
That's not
Right?
ominous at all.
Fair.
This isn't just darkness.
It's advanced darkness.
Hold on.
I don't have the light spell.
No, but flame is better than nothing.
Yeah.
Or
Produce a
you have it, Brux?
Yes, I do.
Oh shit. Let's cast it on a rock and throw the rock at the darkness.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So from this distance, that would be a hell of a throw. You guys are about 70 feet up and against the wall of this massive room that you originally descended into. You're in, you've only got a small window that you're looking through out into the main area. You'll have to go back down to get to the main room again.
Cerberus
there
played
anything-
varsity though, so
Is there any sort of like knick-knacky thing or whatever that we could grab that isn't like valuable?
For like what purpose?
To
What-
cast light on.
To cast light on and make this a makeshift lamp.
Yeah, absolutely. There. I mean, you could grab like a pickaxe off the ground in there.
I was hoping for a desk
Just
toy.
grab a rock.
Yeah, like there's plenty of things. Whatever. Give me an idea of what you want to find, and I'll let you know. what's there.
A desk toy.
Yeah, just something handheld so that can easily drop it if need be.
Yeah, you're able to find a small hatchet.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that works.
Great. So you are able to make your way back the way you came, now knowing the way to go, remembering it. You pass back through some of the rooms that you went through the first time, and nothing seems to bother you on the way. You make it back to the original room and to the elevator, but instead of going on the elevator and going back up, you instead continue to pass through towards these large metal doors that have opened halfway. If the rest of the mine made you feel uneasy, this place is 1,000 times worse. Every step you take feels like walking through quicksand, and yet the floor remains solid. Those hands that once felt as though they were gripping your throat lightly now squeeze and rake nails down your back. And with each step, you wish for nothing more than to turn back. But it's not far to the bottom, and as you arrive at the end, the shaft opens up into a large room. A strange, pulsing purple light illuminates this room, and as the light increases, it gives off a loud thrumming sound. There is a minecart piled high with ore, and the track leads to a corner where it finally ends at a sizable pile of rocks. All around the room, Icarus, Black... Oh my goodness. Nell, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. I really got to start turning off alerts when we're doing this so I don't get interrupted in the middle of saying something. But thank you so much for the raid, Nell. Welcome in, raiders. Our party is just descending down to the bottom of their first dungeon crawl in here. We have just reached the very bottom of Mineshaft 2716. Yes, there's a minecart piled high with ore, and the track leads to a corner where it finally ends at a sizable pile of rocks. All around the room, Icarus black goo clings to the floor, wall, and ceiling. Heavy particles seem to float around the air, and slimy black vines and tendrils run along the floor, ceilings, and walls. In the far corner of the room, you can see what looks like a spot where the floor slopes inwards, probably a large hole of some kind, and next to it is a corpse of a man with brown hair. Much of his body has been devoured. Flying above the hole is a creature you haven't seen yet. It has red flesh and long, leathery wings with orange eyes. From its back, you can see a long tail like that of a scorpion swaying back and forth. And in its hands is a crystal orb that is emitting the loud thrumming sound and the deep purple light. As you enter the room, the thrumming sound begins to feel like a vibration, and it seems to penetrate straight to your core. And we are going to move over to a different map.
I should
real
have asked
quick.
for a short rest. I just realized.
I'm not a fan of the demon's penetrating light. Not a fan of that. I would like you to put the light back in the non-penetrative position.
Indeed. And I need to actually grab y'all and put you on this map too.
Where are
I know. Where are y'all? Let me grab y'all. One second. Hold up now.
How big is it?
This. The bandit is here.
Where'd my mouse go? Oh, there it is.
For you.
Yeah, here we go. Come on, look. This thing. It's so hard to. This map driving me nuts. There we go. Okay, that's some kind of wingly beast. Yeah.
You all can
Cerberus.
change your HP as you need to reflect what it actually currently is.
Yeah.
Mine's
I'm
correct.
It saved mine from the last one.
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
no,
Cool.
Wow,
that's
am I
mine.
the only one that's down low? Okay.
No, I'm down at 21.
I'm at
I'm
14.
21 is low.
26.
Okay.
Why?
I'm gonna stay in the back.
There we go.
Where's
Alright.
oh, there she is. Well,
Roxa.
that was fucking terrifying.
Rox, are you at 13 HP right now?
Yeah,
Just checking.
I rolled
make
an
sure.
8 on that hit die.
That'll do it. All
Rux
right.
does nothing halfway.
So you all enter into this room. I realize you switch over here too, so that the party can see as well, or so that the chat can see as well.
Yeah.
And yes, you have all entered in. So, what do you do
Right.
as you enter this room?
Let's bust this nut. Let's go.
So there's a demon thing over here.
I mean, there's definitely one of the things that people were describing in that corner.
It's a
Flitting over-
kaboblin. All right.
Flitting over the hole there. Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna have to stab the fuck out of that.
That seems like definitely something that needs to become murderized.
I agree.
Any other creatures in this room before we start rushing?
Do I as I look around, do I see any other beast or boblins?
You don't see anything else at the moment.
Nice. Cerberus will declare it's fighting time.
Draw axe.
Draw
you all-
sword.
All right then. As you all begin to draw your weapons, I need everyone.
Nope.
To make a dexterity save.
With my stats?
With your stats, yes.
Can I use someone else's stats?
You cannot. You can use your stats.
That sucks.
7.
18.
8. Yeah, baby, got 8.
8.
Fuck.
8.
4.
8. 8.
Noticing you.
You know what? Hold up. We're gonna use my hero's endurance and reroll that one.
All right.
Nice.
That's a 14. That
There
is
we go.
much better.
All right. All right. Noticing you, the imp holds the orb aloft, and a massive shockwave emanates through the room, almost an earthquake. Anyone who failed the dexterity save, which was DC 13, so if you rolled 12 or less, you are knocked prone.
Nope.
Everyone else is still. You are able to steady yourself and stay standing.
Okay, Cerberus falls on his booty.
I have twinkle
Real does.
toes.
Soon the entire cave begins to shake as something massive approaches, and up out of the hole in the corner of the room emerges a worm larger than anything you've ever seen. It has deep purple chitinous armor around its body with spikes protruding occasionally. As it emerges up out of the ground, it spasms twice and then leans down, spewing out gallons upon gallons of that same Icarus black bile into a large pool in front of it.
All right, that's gross.
As soon as it does, the imp quickly places the orb away in its pack, and the worm descends back down into the hole that it came from. You all watch as the black puddle begins to congeal and coagulate, coalescing to take the form of 3 horrific-looking monsters. They are all vaguely canine, though each of them has 3 sets of eyes running from its head down to over the top of its snout. They have long, jagged claws, and their tail whips back and forth in a scythe-like motion. As they take form, each of them lets out a warped and terrifying howl, but it's the next sound they make that is more terrifying. Each of them speak as plain as daylight. One of them hisses out, "Carmen Rayla." You notice Carmen turn white. The second one sputters, "Garnet Ashfist." And the final utters, "Jockin Sagelin."
Oh.
As each of them say it, well, as the third one speaks, it looks kind of up and to the northwest corner of the room, gazing at the rock there. The second one looks in much the same direction. As the first one that spoke Karma's name speaks, it looks directly at her.
Familiar with these creatures?
She looks fucking terrified and shakes her head.
Yeah, we're gonna have to kill these. I don't know who that Garnet person is.
Oh, but
Let
we
me-
know the Jockin.
Garnet was one of the I think she was the no.
You have
Was it-
not met someone named
no?
Garnet yet.
No.
Oh no, we met Ruby and Zircon. That's who
That's
we
true,
met.
you did. But you
Yeah.
have not met anybody named Garnet.
No,
No.
no one.
Although you
named
remind me now that a lot of it could be a dwarf based on the name.
Could
Yeah,
be a dwarf.
that
of
would-
the-
that
of the
sounds likely.
stars.
Probably a
Yeah.
dwarf. Probably
All right.
a dwarf.
Our characters would recognize that.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
For sure.
Well, Cerberus probably thinks that Rialta is related to them.
Everyone,
God
Roll for
damn it.
initiative.
Initiative time. Gonna roll.
Oh, let me
Gonna
bring up
roll.
1 sec. Let me bring up the initiative table. That is
I'm not gonna fight that purple worm if it comes back.
turn order,
Purple
and then I need to
worm,
put all of you
purple
onto it.
worm. That's a 12. That won't help me.
I rolled a 30-20.
Oh shoot!
Wait, hold up. Do I have disadvantage on initiative? I don't remember if that counts as at 1.
Is initiative an ability roll? I don't think so.
No, it's separate. Hold on.
Shoot, I got a 14, but I hadn't clicked on the token. Let me do it again.
No,
12.
don't do it again. Just wait.
Okay.
If she puts all the characters on, then we can edit the scores.
Oh.
Sorry. Take me.
Oh, I think if I select my character, it auto sticks it in there.
Only if you only if you selected it then rolled.
Right, I know. That's what I was
Yeah.
saying I didn't do.
Yeah.
I figured I figured I should just
Right on.
penalize myself.
Initiative roll is a dexterity ability check.
Okay, you do have disadvantage on it.
Fun.
All right. Sorry. I'm. Figure out.
It's
You know
not
what?
much worse.
I don't want to clear the list. I just want to take some people off it.
I only see 2 people on it, if it helps.
You only see 2 people on your initiative.
Yeah, I only see.
Yeah, there's only 2 people on it on
only
the
see
turn order.
Melody and
Yeah, things that
Rialto.
are in the GM layer don't show up on our initiative tracker, I believe.
All right. You know what? We're just clearing the turn list. Remember what you have.
Okay.
I
That
believe
out
mine was
there.
22.
Get onto the objects and tokens layer where we are. Great. And I am going to right click, add turn. Right click. Right click. Add
Or
turn.
you can click and drag everything and hit Control U, and it should
That's-
add everyone.
There we go. All right. Now we're good. Sorry about that. Still learning.
It's okay.
All right. Let's get
14.
my.
What the hell? Why won't you type that? Oh, numlock.
Make sure to press enter when you're done.
I did.
Oh, Callie. 17. That's less than great. Okay, so they get a what plus what to initiative?
I think I looked at the stats. It was -7.
-7 to initiative. That's rough.
Yeah, I was there. I remember you telling me about it when we were having our pillow fight, and we
What?
were whispering secrets to each
Wait,
other.
what? I don't remember that.
You know, yeah, I remember pretty vividly actually. We were having hot chocolate and talking about Johnny Masterson in math
and
class.
Carmen's is 15.
He's so dreamy.
All right, and let me put these into descending order. Alrighty, we are kicking off combat. Caldana, you're up first. Melody, you are on deck.
Okay. So first thing I would like to do is rage. I believe I'm gonna step forward to here. I believe that's 30 feet away from the thing with the nope orb.
Oh, yep, sure is.
And I am going to take one of the javelins off my back and yeet.
Nice. All right, go ahead and make a make an attack roll. Did not plan for yeet. Silly me.
It's a pretty good ability.
17 to hit.
I think so. Yes, that will hit.
If 17 doesn't hit these dogs.
Okay. And then fun thing that I just double checked, my Divine Fury does not specify melee weapon attacks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, do it up.
Just says weapon attack.
Pretty nice. Do it up then.
So
Alright.
1d6 plus 3 from the javelin. So 7 from the javelin, and then 6 radiant.
All right, so you charge some radiant energy into this javelin as you pull it off your back and lean back, and as you come running forward, you go one leg, and then step forward and hurl it, and it goes. And just as the imp is bringing the orb back down and hiding it back in its pouch, the worm has redescended. The wolves, the devil dogs, have started to form, and your javelin comes and just skewers this imp and pins it to the wall.
Nice.
It's dead.
I hope that worm doesn't come back now.
Yeah, that worm coming back would be a bad day. That thing's CR17.
Yeah. Purple worm, no good.
It's a purple worm.
It's a purple
Yeah,
worm.
Purple worm.
This was I literally was like putting this in. And I'm like, okay, now I'm pretty sure my players know what a purple worm is and that they're not supposed to fight that. But
I'm jumping down the hole.
yeah, I know.
Heroes
but
first.
that's the problem. Like,
Heroes first.
all right. Well done.
Heroes
Anything else,
die
Cardano?
first.
Yeah.
Nope. That's bonus action, movement, and action. So
Nice. Melody, you are up with Carmen on deck.
All right, I'm going to raise an arm and bring it down hard on my loot, and I'm staring like daggers at this imp.
The imp's dead. It is impaled to the wall. It's dead.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, let me put the X on him.
Which of these
the bottom one
doggos?
said Carmen.
Carmen. Oh, sorry. Carmen.
Mhm.
Garnet. Jockin.
Okay, Carmen, Garnet, Jock. Okay, I'm gonna look at the one that said Carmen, and direct the sound of my lute towards it as I cast Dissonant Whispers to it, and go, "Your face is ugly."
Damn.
I mean, it is.
What does Dissonant Whispers do?
Let me
Psychic
just-
damage, I believe.
Hold on. Here we go. It has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Huh?
DC is 13.
How about a 12?
If it failed, it takes 3d6
Owie.
damage.
And it
rough.
must immediately use its reaction, if it hasn't yet, to move as far as its speed will allow away from the caster.
But not into
Down
obviously
middle you go.
dangerous ground.
Yeah, it is as far away as it can go right now.
Okay, it won't move into obviously dangerous territory, but it might fart.
Woo!
Dang, 3
Damn.
5s. Triple 5. What I'm talking about.
Alright, this thing
You
has-
gonna die.
let's just-
Your dog sucks. Yeah.
Ow.
Mm.
Well, that didn't feel too good.
Tired of your fucking
All right.
discount Cerberus. Get out of
Melody, anything else?
Yes. I'm going to look to let's see, who can I look at actually? I'm gonna look at Brooks. And I'm going to strum like an uplifting chord on my lute and give Brooks a bardic inspiration. So Brooks, you see like a brilliant crystal just like pop into existence next to you. So whenever you make it, let me know when you make an ability check, an attack roll, or a saving throw.
Well, we'll see how close I can get.
Nice. All right.
Throw your axe.
Carmen is up with Cerberus on deck. Carmen is going to slide over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares to there.
Carmen thick?
No, she's pretty lithe, I would say.
She not thicky?
No, I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
And she is going to take out her crossbow and aim at the devil dog that called out her name, because that fucking creeped her out.
Yeah, I don't like that guy's weird.
What is the devil dog?
Catcalling's not cool, especially from a dog.
Yeah, I agree with that. Oh, nice. She will hit.
Ironic, but
Is crossbow? Does anyone remember? Is it 1d8?
1d8 for a crossbow.
Thank you. I thought.
1d6 for a short bow. 1d8 for a long bow.
All right. That is going to deal 8 damage. But as this bolt goes flying and pierces into the devil dog, The devil dog has some pretty thick skin, and it seems to shirk off some of that attack.
You tell me devil
Ooh,
dog
it
thick?
has resistances.
Oh,
So it's
Devil dog thicky.
so she's not super thrilled about anything that just happened, but she fired a crossbow bolt at it. She feels pretty good about herself. Cerberus,
Severus
you are
ready
up.
to get this thicky
Brux.
devil dog.
Brux, you are on deck.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cerberus is prepped. Cerberus is ready to go. Cerberus is very unable to reach any of these guys, I believe. Let me see here. If I were to... Oh, no. What is
So
the
you-
button I hit to see the distance?
so the
You
ruler.
grab the ruler on the left side and then click and drag.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Is he the only one who's I don't know if I was the only one.
Does Cerberus not bring yeet?
I mean, Cerberus doesn't like to eat. That's not his style. Can you see my ruler here?
I
Galen?
can.
Am I able to cross that, or will I go
Yeah,
through that
that's
pit?
there's not a pit there. It's actually just that Icarus black goo on the floor there.
Sick. That's probably totally fine to walk through. So, Cerberus will nonchalantly move forward. Oh, hold on. Let me go back to my Cerberus ready to go to Thicky Dog. Cerberus raise up sword against Thicky Dog. Cerberus going to smack Thicky Dog with sword.
All right, make an attack roll.
Cerberus use attack roll with Thicky Dog slash. I'm going to use my advantage.
Okay.
I'm going to roll with advantage on it. I'm going to do a 6 slash. Cerberus raises his shield, his green shield, and is with the chipped paint, and then his sword. And he says, "Die, demon dog, and all you stand for on 4 legs."
That's a lot. Okay.
Why didn't it roll? Hold on. Sorry.
I don't know.
I clicked it.
Okay.
There it is. 23.
Well, that will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. I think you just have to click where it says longsword to deal your damage.
Yeah, I think if I just click on the button here.
Yes.
11.
All right.
Slashing if it matters.
Yes. So 11 slashing is going to reduce to 5. So yes, you cut into it, but again, this very thick hide on the devil dog seems to repel some of the attack. Although it's not looking good. This thing is between having its brain melted for a moment, taking a crossbow bolt, now you slashing at it. This thing's looking pretty beat up. These are definitely not invincible.
Nice. That is one thing I will check. I gotta check one spell real fast, but I don't think this works. Let me see here. Nope, we're good. Never mind.
Okay.
I just wanted
Brux, you're up.
Sorry.
And the devil dogs are on deck.
Sorry, I was just rereading how things work. Okay, so yeah, range is kind of a problem. Go up there, and we're going to be looking at this one here that called out Jockin's name.
All right.
We are going to be casting Mind Sliver, causing make intelligence saving throw.
An intelligence saving throw?
Yes, that's what Mind Sliver
These
does.
are things that are okay on wisdom. I don't know if they got a lot of intelligence. They do not. So we'll see how that goes.
Dick.
Yeah, that's not stellar, actually. Which is weird because they can communicate telepathically. I don't get why they wouldn't have decent intelligence.
Because they too thicky.
Well, how does a 15 work for you?
That is a save.
All right. So the devil dog feels your attempt at a mind sliver, and it kind of it shakes its head out and then looks to you for a moment, and again you hear, this time in your mind, Jockin Sagelin.
I got it last time. That's it. That's all.
You all right? Okay. Well, a few things are going to happen here. Let me see. We'll check their movement speed because I know these guys can fucking book it. Yes, they can. All right. So, 1, Gonna go. Well, that was that. Like that.
Mwah.
All right, so that one's gonna run up to you, and it's going to try and attack you.
Bring it.
That is a 14.
That is not enough.
That is not enough. All right, then it is going to miss. So it lunges at you to try to bite you, but you are able to kind of sidestep it. Tell your action. Who is Garnet again? They don't know. They have never met someone named Garnet. So it is. That's good for it.
Won't matter.
This devil dog is going to come down to right here and get flanking on Cerberus. And try and attack from behind.
I have my shield up though, so I'm immune to flanking.
Going to use its pack tactics. Get a +5 bonus.
Oh
Oh no.
I'm immune to pack tactics because I'm a lone wolf.
I see. That is a 28 to hit.
Nope.
Jesus fuck.
And that is
it does. Yeah.
that's 13 damage.
I'm gonna throw up. Okay.
This one runs around behind you while you're kind of sparring with the first one, and you feel its teeth sink into your thigh from behind and bite into you. I would normally say now I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, but you don't have to because you're just gonna be immune to it anyway.
Nice.
You're good. Yeah, this other devil dog has never once, even for a moment, taken its eyes off of Carmen, and it is going to try to go get her. It is going to run like this. If you would like Cerberus to try to make an opportunity attack, you are welcome to.
Cerberus will make an opportunity attack.
Yep, it is leaving your range.
But I'm going to attack it.
Well, it's trying to leave your range, so you can attack it. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I thought it's triggering your opportunity attack because it's trying to leave your range.
Yeah. Sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you were like saying like you missed it. The timer was up. You didn't hit it.
No.
You got fucked, Rob. All right, let me put the thing. 17.
That I think hits. Yes, it does. Go ahead and make your damage roll.
9.
All right. So that is
half to 4.
Half to 4. Yep. All right. So you, as this devil dog goes running by, you turn still kind of like groaning in pain from the other one that has latched onto your thigh. Actually, I'm sorry. I need you to make a strength saving throw for me.
Strength saving throw.
Yes,
you got it. Can't believe I'm not proficient in strength saves.
Strange.
12.
All right. So actually, as it grabs you by the thigh, it actually knocks you prone and pulls you down to the ground. I'll still let you make the reaction to do the opportunity because you already rolled for it, though. So
I appreciate it.
As you go down, you kind of swing at the one that you were hitting and you cut into it a little bit. And but you are dragged to the ground and knocked prone.
Yep. You can attack from prone, but I just would have had disadvantage.
Yeah. So it's gonna run down and then dart over to her. And it is going to attack her.
Y'all can handle that, right?
Ooh, that's not going to be a happy day for her. Okay, so this thing comes running at her at the speed of light and literally tackles her up into the wall, biting into her throat. She takes 26 points of damage.
Holy shit. What was the attack? What was the attack roll it got?
It rolled a 27 on a nat 20.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I can't.
Yeah, it crit.
Even with Shield of Faith, she wouldn't.
Yeah, it was a 27 on nat 20. So it bites into her throat, and she lets out a scream, which quickly turns into a gurgle of blood. As she does that, she's got to make a con saving throw first, which she makes, and she has to make a strength saving throw, which she fails miserably, so she is getting knocked prone. As this thing drags her down by the throat and starts eating her alive.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, she's not happy about anything that just happened to her. That is all 3 devil dogs. That's the devil dogs' turns. Rialta, you are up. With the imp would be on deck, but the imp is dead. So I guess I can remove that from the turn order.
Yeah.
How do I remove something from the turn order?
Oh, why
Let me
didn't
think of what I
this
should
didn't
be.
update?
I don't actually remember how to.
Okay. How? I know you can't give me the exact, but how's this guy looking? Is he weakened? Is he not weak at all?
This one? sorry, the one eating Carmen.
Yes.
This is the one that is barely hanging on. Like this thing is taking punishment.
Okay. Okay. All right. I am sorry, Cerberus. I am going to try to. I'm gonna use guiding bolt to attack this one.
You don't have to be sorry. I don't. It's fine.
I wasn't gonna heal
Guiding
you.
bolt. All right. Yep.
He
Go
can't
ahead.
heal you. That's why.
Cerberus is a great knight. He does not need to be healed. Thank you, though.
And spell because I don't want to
He
fuck this up.
he cannot die. So
All right, I need to make a ranged spell attack. So give me 1 second.
I don't know why my spell save and spell attack bonus on the sheet is not
Oh,
adding my
yeah.
proficiency bonus.
All right, 19.
That hits.
Okay, takes 4d6 radiant damage.
Rialto, I'm just gonna ask you this: how do you want to do this?
Okay.
Nice,
oh,
nice,
I forgot to
nice.
mention something. I was prone, so I have to use a.
Half your movement, stand up.
Okay, so I use that
Yeah,
to
that's
stand
fine.
up. So she's gonna kind of warily stand up, and she sees what's happening there, and goes, "Okay, no," and kind of squints as she puts her hand out, and it's like a charging. It kind of goes from translucent to pure white light as it spears right through the body of that guy, that thing.
Very cool.
Yeah, and indeed, these large luminescent spears effectively pierce through it and burn it away a little at a time, and it is dead.
All right, and with her.
Oh my god, stop.
With her bonus action. Okay. Survive another turn, Varys. And
obviously.
she's going to turn to the thing y'all made fun of her for, and she's going to shift into her chalice form.
Ah.
So her body becomes luminescent once again, kind of full of stars, and the stars in kind of a shape of connection of a chalice cup form around her mostly translucent floating body.
Nice. Very nice.
Cerberus thinks to himself, "The cup."
Is that all of your turn?
That's all I can do.
Caldana, you're up with Melody on deck.
Okay, well, my plan was to bring, pain to the one that ran past me, but I guess this one is closest, so
Yep, and you take a +2
time
for
to
flanking
die.
bonus on it. Yep.
Yep. And I'm also going to reckless attack,
Nice.
which gives me advantage, and then anything that wants to smack me gets advantage. But also, I get 2 health back because of the bird.
That is true.
Okay.
All right.
That is 18 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay. 13 slashing from the greatsword.
Okay.
And then 1d6 of radiant. Only 2. That's disappointing.
All right. So the radiant damage seems to be effective. Your slashing damage seems somewhat impeded as you cut into the back of this devil dog's this hind right haunch. Anything else?
Oh, 2 more damage from my rage, because I always forget rage adds bonus damage.
Yep. Does it add flat damage to the attack roll?
Yes.
Yep.
Does that get
it's a
halved? Is my
flat, I
question.
believe.
It's whatever type of damage is applied.
Okay, so then it gets halved. So okay, so 1 damage. All right. Melody, you are up with Carmen on deck.
Okay, so I have a question. Is she currently in the verge of like using of rolling death saving
Yeah, hold
throws?
up. Sorry, I want you all. You can all be able to visible. So she's got 4 of 30 HP left.
Okay.
She's still up, but she is not doing good.
Okay. In that case, let's see. Within range. Okay, I'm gonna cast what the fuck? Hold on. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna use healing word at 2nd level. And use that on her. So that is okay. 2d4 plus my ability modifier, which is charisma, which is shit. Hold on. Where is it? 3. Okay. That's 6. At least I think I'm reading that right.
Yep. So 2d4
Caldana, I'm so sorry. Could I have you make a charisma save for me, please?
Uh-oh.
So 2d4 plus spellcasting mod.
Okay.
15?
Thank you.
Okay.
Ooh,
Suddenly very
Can-
concerned.
can I use an inspo to re-roll that?
You may.
Okay.
Spellcasting are applied to each
Not normally. On
No.
a healing spell? No, not normally.
Yeah, so it's a 3, so I just added the 6. It'll add that after the after it does the roll.
So she heals for 12.
12. Yep.
You. So you bring this out, and the
proficiency.
healing energies start to flow through her and start to close up some of that jagged wound in her throat, and she's able to get some of her voice back, and she kind of gives a wave over to you, like, thank you.
And as a bonus action, how fucking far away can I do this actually?
Hey,
Oh,
New York
it
Shark
doesn't- it
Exchange, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, everybody.
Hi, Shanderson. It doesn't have a set range. So I'm going to point at Brooks
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
and go, Fluffles! Sick! And I am going to cast the Matriarch's protection on Brooks. So Brooks, you gain temp HP equal to my what's your AC? You get +1 to your AC, sorry.
Okay.
And you gain +3 temporary HP.
Nice. I like it.
And I think that's it for my turn. As you see, big fuck off giant bear lumber over to Brooks.
What? Give him a hug or give her a hug?
No, just like standing over her.
All right. Carmen's turn. She is going to be able to get back up now. We can take that off, and she also that off. She's gonna get back up, and you're gonna see her like kind of get her breath back, and then she grits her teeth, and not one to be afraid of a fight. Takes off running over to here. Brooks, I need you to make a dexterity check.
Dex?
Dex check. Straight dex.
Okay. Not a saving throw?
No, just straight dex check.
That is a 19.
All right. So you notice as she suddenly appears next to you and then takes one step up further and turns to attack this this beast monster. She stabs it with a dagger with a ruby in the pommel that you're pretty sure she's not supposed to have, and you definitely feel an empty spot on your belt all of a sudden. But she takes her dagger and she stabs this thing.
We're
Her dagger.
we're gonna have words about this.
All right.
Your dagger, our dagger.
They hits. So 3 plus that. And third level sneak attack damage is what? 2d6.
Yeah.
Yep. 13 halved is 6 damage that she deals to it. And so yeah, she runs forward and stabs this thing, steals her dagger back off your belt, and then stabs this thing with it. The beast is not pleased by that fact. And that is her turn. Sir Varys, you are up with Brux on deck.
I am up. All right. I've got one Pupperton here, and we're flanking.
Mm-hmm.
So
Plus
Sir
2 to hit.
Varys
Now who's
gonna.
flanking?
Yeah, now who's
Too bad
flanking?
we don't get pack tactics.
Here's the thing. Sir Varys could heal himself.
He could.
Like a coward, Sir Varys raises his sword and goes, "Die, demon!"
Okay.
All right.
Seems reasonable.
Sir Varys is going to be sick and attack. Because Sir Varys understands need for damage in the action economy. Only HP that matters is 0. I've got 8. I'm basically immortal.
You're
Here
well
we go.
trained.
Here we go.
All right.
Where's my sheet? Where's my sheet? Okay. Little fucking sheet on the one screen. It's giving me agita. Pardon me. Sorry. Okay. So, attack roll. Doo-doo-doo. I got a 14.
Plus 2 for your flanking, which hits.
Yes, 16. All right. And then
you
I
needed
am.
that plus 2 because a 14 misses.
Yeah. So I got the plus 2 from flanking. Is it Brux who's flanking with me or Keldana?
Keldana.
Keldana.
It's Keldana. Keldana, I assume you're doing some kind of distracting dance.
What,
And
'cause she's a
that-
I mean, I
tiefling?
just ran my sword through this thing.
Right. Like a dance or whatever you tieflings do.
So
And
yeah.
I will bring my sword down. I'm going to smite as well. So I will roll my regular damage first, and then I will roll my smite damage. It rolled the
Well, that's
attack again.
So that's an attack.
Yeah, I clicked the damage section. 1 second. Okay.
Or not.
I
thought that was
promise.
24.
There you go, 12.
Okay, there it is. That's 1d8 plus 5.
Yeah, 7 plus 5. Nice. So 12
Okay.
slashing damage.
So I got my 12 slashing, and then since I'm expending a first level spell slot, that's 2d8 plus the 1d8 that my awesome tattoo gives me. So
Oh yeah, why'd I do that?
yeah, that's a terrible idea you did.
So you,
So
you can just roll 3d8.
3d8 radiant damage, and that comes out. I got 2 1s on that bad boy. The gods have forsaken me.
Indeed.
Don't you have
What?
one more inspo?
Or Fauna have forsaken you indeed.
I used the stock inspo that I had, but so 10.
They're getting real sick of you calling them Father Oak and Mother Ash.
So the slashing gets reduced to 6, so that's a total of 16 damage.
Yep, I got you. Devil Dog is not looking good.
I bring the gossamer winged blade down. That's right, it's got fucking butterfly wings on it, and I slash through his meaty thickness.
All right.
Wait, I thought they were moth wings.
They were moth wings. They're butterflies now.
Oh, okay.
Brux, you're up with the Devil Dogs on deck.
All right. Well, being all combat thing, I know tactically advantageous to get on the other side of it like that. And we're going to bring my axe down on it using that bardic inspiration that I was given. That's 1d6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I extremely did not need that.
Yeah.
With all of that combined, that is a 26.
Yeah, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Nice.
I can find a d12 here.
That's what we call straight liddy. Okay.
Who calls it that? Who says that?
I think.
Tell me their name right now.
I believe Joe Biden says it a lot.
Hmm.
Not the one you're thinking of. No relation. Different Joe Biden.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And that is a 13 on the damage.
13 damage. So that'll have to 6. As you bring your axe down in this thing's back. Does not like that, even though it was focusing on... it had looked over at Carmen for a moment after she stabbed it in the side. Now it's looking back at you again. Now it's like, all right, you know what? Out of your garbage.
This is not what I signed up for today.
All right, the devil dogs are up. The
Bullshit.
devil dog is going to attack you, Cerberus.
They already had a turn.
Oh, they get to go again now.
Based on whose
I'm
rules?
just amazed this one's still going after Varys.
Yeah,
That's because
absolutely.
they know that Varys is immortal.
Varys just smote it.
No, they
Oh,
know that
that's
Varys
true.
can't be killed. That's why they're trying.
Was that a 23 to hit?
That's a 23 to hit.
Yeah.
To hit what? To
You.
hit what?
Your AC.
Oh, God.
Oh, not on
Please
survey.
don't
Not.
die.
I didn't have my shield up. I put my shield up. What does that
Oh.
do? When I raise it, I put it up like this. Do you see that? Look at the camera. That's like
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I
got
do
you.
it like this.
How
Okay,
much
like that.
damage is it?
13 damage to you.
Oh,
13 on what though?
You're,
Your
he's
HP.
down.
Are you
Okay.
talking about Cerberus has 13 damage?
Yeah. So the devil dog, after you smite it, it lets out a horrid roar and lunges and tackles you to the ground and starts to bite into your neck as
Okay.
you lose
Do I need to make
consciousness.
any saves?
No, you're definitely prone as you've fallen unconscious.
Okay. Well,
so-
I didn't fail a save though, so I just like to.
Yeah, that's true. You're out on your feet. So go ahead and you are down to 0. You can mark yourself as at 0, please.
I will mark myself as -5.
The other devil dog is going to attack Carmen. Oh no, that's a terrible roll. Okay. I don't think an 11 hits her AC.
I
It
don't
does
think
not.
so. It doesn't hit me, so.
All right. And at that point, Caldana is going to go this way.
Wait,
This
it's
way.
not my turn.
I'm talking to Caldana.
Why
Uh,
am
she
I
is gonna-
being moved?
She is going to go up these 4 spaces up to here, and she's going to attack Brooks.
Yeah, you have some
Wait,
kind of hypnotism.
Oh.
Caldana, what's your
you
what's
failed
your
a
to hit?
charisma save.
I'm not okay with this.
I'm just confused.
What's your
The
AC,
+5?
+5 to hit.
Okay.
That's all you roll is a +5 to hit.
Ouch.
Yes.
We have +3 stats, and we're at +2 proficiency on average.
Oh, that's
So
fair.
yes, +5 is pretty normal. What?
I just
What
need
did you?
you-
Where are you?
Because no one's
Get
rolled
off!
like under a 17 on their attack yet, and I'm like, geez, they must have a decent attack.
No,
Alright.
I do have a decent attack. That's Cerberus I have a sure arm.
Brooks does a 16 hit your AC.
Not
Hell
with that
no.
boosted one that I got. From
Oh.
Even protection.
So Brooks, Brooks,
Get
you
your
watch.
ass out of here.
You watch as Caldana suddenly her sword drops to
you,
the
son.
ground, and she turns and starts walking towards you, dragging her sword along, and you kind of like Caldana, and then she swings her sword at you, but you were able to dodge it. Caldana, I need you to make a charisma save for me, please.
Don't do it.
Oh my god.
No, make it. Do it.
No. It's a trick. It's opposite day
16?
probably.
16. All right. 16. So when you had a 15 last time, and I was like, ha, you just missed it. 16. So as you take the swing and miss it this time, you all watch as Caldana like twitches and like snaps herself out of it, and as she does, this horrid looking phantom like starts to peel its way out of her. It's not actually tearing her flesh open because it's ethereal, but it tears out of her as the Watcher looks at all of you and then shrieks and flies up into the ceiling and out of the room.
The who? I'm sorry. The who?
The Watcher, it is called. Caldana, you take another point of exhaustion as it leaves you.
Okay,
Stranger
well, I don't-
danger! Stranger danger!
That thing was
and
thing was
now
inside
that
you.
she swung at me, I pull out my gun and shoot her.
I can't her twice in the knees.
Rialto,
How
you're up
dare
with
she.
Caldana on deck.
All right, sounds good. Just looking at us going, okay.
Yeah,
and
that
then-
was
I'm
what
fine.
happened when Caldana rolled the lowest charisma save in one of the skill challenges. That thing possessed her.
Oh, that's awesome.
Not good. Okay. Well, she's gonna use her bonus action to use healing word on Cerberus over
I'm
here.
good. I'm good. It's a flesh wound.
You know, don't even don't even think about it.
I'm good.
I'll cast it a second level.
Okay.
So, okay, my spell attack bonus is +6. I just make sure I'm doing it right. This healing word, if I do it as that, it's 2d4 plus my spell casting. No, so that's +4. So it's just 2d4 plus 4.
Yep.
Okay.
2d4 plus 4, and then whatever your chalice bonus
And then my
is.
chalice bonus, which I have up here, which is 1d8 plus 4. So.
Wow. Okay, so it's going to be 2d4 plus 1d8 plus 8.
Yep. 2d4.
That's a good heal.
Can you do multiple rolls on here? 8.
You think you have to make them separately?
Nope, you
Nope,
can.
yeah.
16.
All right.
Wow.
Cerberus, you regain 16 HP as this druidic energy comes flooding up from beneath you, a pool of stars opening for a moment. And as you open your eyes, you see the chalice pouring the gift of life down onto you and washing away some of your wounds.
Varys looks up. He goes, "The Great Cup
The devil dog is confused.
is real."
All right, and I will. Devil dog. What am I gonna do towards you? Okay, I don't trust that produce flame is gonna be enough, so I'll just use another guiding bolt, I guess. I'll do another guiding bolt.
Is guiding bolt a cantrip?
No, I use it 3 times. I can use it 3. Sorry, I can use number proficiency.
Yeah, but you
can't.
you cast a leveled spell.
Yeah, you can't cast 2 spells unless one of them is a cantrip.
When you cast a leveled spell,
Sorry, I just
as a
assumed
bonus
because
action.
healing word was a bonus action. Sorry.
That's actually what it is. When you cast a
Okay.
leveled spell, yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I guess I'll try. So I can do a cantrip though.
You can do
right?
cast a cantrip still, yes.
Okay.
Yes,
I'll
you can
try
only
produce flame and hope for the best.
All right.
It is a confusing rule, but
Okay, so I'm gonna make a ranged spell attack.
Uh-huh.
On here. Fine. Just. Oh, that's a natural 1. Never mind.
So, you cast this produce flame, you hurl it towards the devil dog, it turns and eats it. It grabs it out of the air and eats it, and does
Don't
not
eat
seem
that.
to be affected by fire in any way.
don't eat that.
It doesn't seem to bother it any.
All right. Well, that's my turn.
All right, Caldana, you're up.
Pretty good
With Melody
turn.
on deck.
I guess I'm in range of this one now, so good luck, Ferris.
Uh-huh. +2 for your flanking bonus.
Yep. And I'm going to reckless attack, so I get advantage.
Nice.
Yes. Nat 20.
Okay, double damage it. With up. I'm pulling Aurora. Get bet, Mal.
Cerberus is fine if the fireballs are cast
I was gonna say,
on him.
That was what I looked that up, and that was actually like Jeremy Crawford on Twitter was like clarifying. No, it's only the bonus action.
No, it is. That's the actual rule. It's only bonus action spells. Yep.
And specifically
16
you checked doing that.
I know.
16 slashing, so that'll have down to 8, and
Yep.
then I get double roll on my radiant as well.
Ooh.
That is a 9.
Right.
Wait, how many people can do fucking radiant damage in this party?
More than I thought.
It's
All right.
3, it sounds.
So you slash into it and then bring down this radiant damage onto it, and it lets out a yowl of pain. And when this thing comes out of it, it is barely standing. It is on shaky legs, and you can see that it is just sucking wind, trying to keep going. And you hear it repeating over and over and over again in your mind, Jockin, Sagelin. Melody, you are up.
Question: Does how do you rule with making skill checks during combat? Would that be an action or
Depends on what it is. What do you want to do?
because I just want to confirm if these things look undead or not.
Oh, yeah. I would say perception check. Perception check you can do as a free action on. It's fine. Yeah. You don't know if you'd say that they're undead as much as they look demonic.
They look okay. In that case,
These things look like beings of corruption.
Lassie Lassie today.
in that case, which
Neither of them are looking good, by the way. They look look pretty weak.
Yeah. Put 'em
Okay.
down.
Okay. I am going to point at this one that's
Yep.
getting fucked.
Yep.
And I
Brooks,
am
what are you
going.
doing?
I've got a big X. Don't worry about it.
Fuck the
And
demon.
and I'm going to yell out, "Drop and give me 20!" as I as I cast command at it and command it to go prone.
Nice.
Oh my god. What's the save?
Save his wisdom at
Yeah.
13.
I would say it's unwise to go prone in the middle of a fight. I would
Yeah.
agree with that.
Well, it rolled a 17, so it will save on that.
Shit. All
As
right.
as the thing looks at you and goes, Jockin, Sagelin.
We heard ya.
Said nope to that.
Oh, we know that person.
Mm.
All right.
And
Anything else?
yes. Bonus action. I am. Does Bardic Inspiration have a range? 60. Okay.
60 feet,
60
yeah.
feet, yeah.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bam. Okay. I'm gonna give a Bardic Inspiration to Cerberus.
Hell yeah.
So let me know if you make an ability check, an
Oh, I
attack
will.
roll, or a saving throw.
I'm gonna do a sick high kick.
I was gonna
And
say,
that's
do
it for
you
me.
do you get something for
Yes, because
that?
of
Okay.
my mode of potential.
Okay.
It's a feature with my college.
Nice.
Sick.
All right. Is that all for your turn?
Yes.
All right. Carmen is up. She is going to do a fancy flourish and jump over this thing, slashing at it as she goes.
Can you
Okay.
give her an ability called Fancy Flourish in the next one?
I'll remember to do that, yes.
Okay,
Nice.
sick.
She'll make the jump. She'll make her acrobatics check, and she's going to attack.
I kill these dogs, dude.
Nope, doesn't miss. 6.
Six
God.
probably misses. I mean, gonna step on him.
4. Nice. All right, so you see her jump up over the top of this thing and finally just slash her dagger down, plunge it into the back of this thing's neck, and then yank back out as she launches over to the other side and lands here. And this dog is dead.
Nice.
It's a dead dog.
It only had 1 HP left. And then there
One
was
hook.
one. Cerberus, you are up with Brux on deck.
Cerberus is up. He's gonna smack that pup. This guy look haggard, or how's he look?
Yeah, it does not look good. It's
Don't
not
look
doing good.
Don't
Nope.
look good for my Pupperton
Nope.
over here.
Nope.
Well, then it's time to smack his fat ass with my sword and kill him. Gonna raise my blade.
All right.
I raise my blade to the sky, call out, I won't cry. Here comes my blade.
Cerberus, you are not the bard.
I have. I think you have forgotten that I have bardic inspiration, so I am currently being inspired to try to bard right now. I'll bring my blade down.
And you crit.
And I
Double
crit.
damage.
And
there we go.
And I crit for. I'm sorry. Go on.
Do you use the Bardic Inspiration?
Yeah, I did use bardic inspiration. I did.
Okay. The devil dog has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Give me that con save first. I want to see it.
Nat 20 down the Constitution save.
Okay.
Fuck you, demon dog.
So, it takes half the damage that Cerberus will roll on the inspo die.
Oh god.
Oh, okay. Well, let me roll that 1d6 then. /R1d6. I rolled a 5, so that is 2.
Okay. And then roll your damage, please.
Yep. So that's 2. Oh,
2d8.
/R. That's fucking confusing.
Yeah,
/R 2d8 plus 3, I think. Oh no, I have the plus 5. That's that's 20 damage.
Oh. Severus, how would you like to do this?
Let's fucking go!
I raise my. How many eyes does it have?
3 on each side, 6 total.
All right. Cerberus will raise his blade up and then toss it a little bit and grab it in a reverse grip and swing it down into the side of the thing's head, puncturing through one of its back eyes and out the other one. And then he's going to firmly take his shield, wrench it on the other side of the sword, and just pull back, cutting the thing's face in half through all its eyeballs.
And you do. And it collapses to the ground dead. The encounter is over. Well done, everybody.
All right.
We're just going to do a quick wrap up things here as
What?
silence descends upon the room once again. You look around and you can indeed see the half-eaten remains of a corpse in the north part of the room. There is the hole that is about 30 feet to the bottom and opens up to a 10-foot tall tunnel down there that you can
The
see.
literal wormhole you're talking about?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh
That they
my
dug
god.
through.
That's right over here, right?
So, what would you like to do?
Not go there.
Where's that imp?
The imp
Yeah.
is pinned against the wall back here, but you could get him down. That's fine. I can
Okay.
bring him down.
By the way,
Yeah.
I radiate 10 feet of light. I'm in.
Nice.
I'm just gonna go like
You-
tattoo remember your rage damage in my arm.
That makes
so you grab the imp. What do you do?
I'm gonna look through its sack for the orb that it was carrying.
So we said Joe Cartoon 60 here said if you feel lucky, make someone roll a D100. All right. Caldana, roll me a D100.
You feeling lucky, Caldana? Come on.
It comes out to 69. We're all getting drinks afterwards.
Oh yeah.
How about 86?
All right, Joe Cartoon, there you are. 86 is the magic number for the evening. Sorry, what do you do with the imp, Melody?
Oh, I just wanted to look through the sack and find the orb it was carrying.
Yep. Inside this sack, you see this small purple orb. You notice that it's a great bit dimmer than it was before, though it is still glowing with that purple light and giving a soft thrum.
You find that purple ball in the imp sack?
That's true.
Hmm.
Do you take it?
I'm going to look at Rialta and go, would you be able to figure out what this is?
Spell, but I can try.
A smile.
what
better
kind of roll would
suits.
I need to make?
Whoa! Oh, thank you so much, Joe Cartoon. Just donated $86.
What? I didn't know what it was gonna be. I was like,
Oh, that's so nice of you. Thank you so much. Oh, good news, Sarah. We get to eat this week. No, I'm just
Oh
kidding.
my god.
That's not. That's so.
Oh,
That's
that's,
so-
that's good.
That's so kind of you. Thank you so much, Joe Cartoon. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Please, someone get a clip of that. That was awesome.
yeah, very
Uh,
cool.
After a long and arduous combat session.
good.
We thank you so much. Yeah, sorry. Jeez, now I can't even think. Rialta, do you try to examine the orb?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, how do you try to examine it?
As she holds it up.
I need you to make a DC con save.
Me? Okay.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
17.
That is good news.
Okay.
You are, the moment you touch it, it begins to thrum powerfully again and glow bright, and it gets hot as soon as you touch it. And then another shockwave emanates, not like the one before. This one, right through your body, you are thrown back and knocked unconscious.
Ooh. That's not good.
You look as you're being lifted up off the ground and thrown back. You can see your tattoo of the raven hurry down into your hand, and absorb some of that hit. And even as you are falling unconscious, you realize that probably was meant to kill you.
Oh.
So yeah, you all watch as she gets...
Can I ask a quick question? Did Melody not pick it up?
I assumed she was holding the bag and then handed it to you.
No, I was holding the orb.
Never mind. I needed you to make a con save
Because
then.
sorry, because
No,
when I
that's
said
totally
while
fair.
she holds it, I meant Melody.
Totally fair.
So that's fine.
Melody, I need you to make a con save.
All right.
Sorry,
All
didn't
right.
mean to.
So sorry. What I just described, Melody, that happened to you.
Okay.
You are picked up and flung back across the room into these rocks over here. As
Ow.
you pick up the orb and you are knocked unconscious.
Sorry, Melody. I was just very confused.
Nah, it's okay.
Well, Melody got hurt. Time for the campaign to end in blood.
Well, Cerberus lets out
Oh,
a dragon
everything
roar
dies.
that shakes the mountain down.
As the
Time to kill everything in the room and ourselves.
as the orb falls from her hands, you see the light in it go out and it cracks.
Well, that saves Cerberus from smashing it, which is what he was about to do.
Rialto's gonna collect it without touching it through the bag.
It seems mostly inert at this point. As Melody lays unconscious. Brooks, as you examine the body up in the corner, you find a signet ring on it, and you get the feeling this might be the brother that you were asked to find.
Peter!
His bottom half is missing, so you're pretty sure he's probably gone.
Well, his bottom half is gone.
You're relatively certain, just looking at the ring. It's probably got some value to it. You can probably sell for 20 gold pieces if you don't want to give it back to his sister.
Jeezers.
Wow.
Make sure to put in the quest items.
Town will know.
And I'd like to observe Melody. Help her.
Yep. She is unconscious. You will probably have to carry her out of here. She doesn't seem like she's in any danger. She just really got flung back and banged her head pretty hard.
Okay.
As you're all doing that, Carmen, who kind of peeked over the edge of the hole to see, is there a worm down there? There's not a worm down there. Great. She turns and looks back at you all and nods. In Mina's Grove, I've got a house there. It's in the Copper District. It's the last one down on the right in the Copper District. In there's, I don't know, some of my takings from the last year. You can do as you like with it. He looks over towards Melody and frowns. And please do ensure that, she gets out okay. She nods and then crosses both her arms over her chest and falls backwards into the hole.
What?
Yep, saw that coming.
Cerberus rushes forward, though I
Yeah.
assume too slowly.
Yeah, it would be a very hard catch at this point.
Yep.
So she plummets down into the hole, a ways down, and vanishes into the darkness. You don't hear a thud, if that makes you feel any better. That,
I don't know that it does.
and that is where we are going to wrap up for this evening.
Do you thud when you fall into a worm's mouth? I don't know.
Well, you don't see a worm down there, to be fair.
I don't see her down there.
That's true. You don't. That is where we will wrap up for this evening. And congratulations, players. You all reach level 4.
Yeah, it's level up time. Gonna power game. Yeah, optimize my stats. Ooh, yeah.